Test. Okay, there we go. Now my mic is working.
Testing. 1, 2, bubble gum.
1, 2, bubblegum. We are on Hoth. Icy, snowy, frozen planet Hoth. How warm is the inside of a tauntaun? Lukewarm is what they say.
And on that note...
We're finishing up the Hoth storylines. Hi, it's been like a couple days since I last saw the chat, saw the stream. Lots happened.
And it's been quite a bit since we touched this game. I think at least 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I at least had to leave early because my throat was just not doing me any favors that night. You'll be happy to know I am significantly better.
Yep, and I still have not
dying.
Kept dying. Yeah, for those that were here last stream, yeah, I kept... 1 second. You motherfucker!
Did you get attacked?
Yeah. Oh, right, I need to reset my fucking companion.
Oh, yeah, your companion's not even out.
There we go. Talos, even though I don't like...
that needs exploring.
Shut up, Talos. You are my least favorite. As of right now.
Alright, so are you going to have Talos just stay at healing?
Yeah.
Alright, then I'll set Jaisa to damage. Alright, so do you see me on your map?
Are you, like, below the forward bunker?
I'm... No, I'm above the... I'm like... How do I explain this? If you quick travel to the High Mounts Road, you'll see me.
Okay. So, instead of starting with, my quest of doing
yeah. We're gonna get me a little more caught up. If not just outright finish mine, or actually, if you want, we could just go ahead and finish yours since you're further along.
If we do mine, it'll be in the next area. But because we're in north of High Mount Road right now, let's do yours. Then when we get to the area where mine is, then we can do mine.
Yeah, then we'll switch our focus to doing just all of yours.
Yeah. Because I hate that fucking temple. Because, like, it might have just been because I wasn't using, like, level 38 mods for my gear. But it was just like, what the hell, man?
Ah, I see you.
Ah! I see a bitch. And the bitch's name is... Froststalker. What, did you think I was talking about you?
I thought you were talking about either me or Jason.
No, I was talking about that bitch over there.
Ah, alright. Well, are we ready?
Yep. I have no idea what
Let's
we're
go
doing.
do something that I don't remember.
Cool. All I know is Marcus says go this way.
Yeah. So, I mentioned to you just off screen that ice and snow just seems to be my destiny today. And here's why. My area is under a winter weather advisory. I went on to play Dreamlight Valley because it had gotten some new updates that I hadn't seen anything for yet.
Mm-hmm.
And my valley is just completely overrun by a magic blizzard.
Nice.
And now I'm here on the worst planet of the game, aka Hoth. So, yeah, just snow and ice are my fucking legacy right now.
You see, I would make a joke about Elsa giving the cold shoulder because she's a Disney character and you were playing a Disney game.
I mean, to be fair, she is in the valley.
What's left? Everywhere I turn, the monster appears. Why do you torment me? I'm not part of your vendetta. What? A Sith? First Zerander abandons me. Now this?
Your name, Jedi, and your connection to Zerander, now.
I am Zerander's errand boy. The one he leaves behind to die. At least a Sith I can see and fight straight up. I won't be assassinated in the dark like these poor Tals. My master would tell me not to attack, but he's not here. Defend yourself, Sith!
This poor guy's got issues.
I'm gonna watch this.
Honestly, yeah, I got this. And yep, there we go.
Reclamation service. Bah, go ahead and kill me. I didn't want to die at the hands of the beast anyway.
Why don't you explain to me what you're talking about?
The Tals warned my master about Brunmark. He's a savage Tal seeking revenge on Fitzelin and the others for ousting him. But did Zerander care? No. Now Brunmark's in here somewhere, murdering... Wait, did you hear that? No. He's... Oh!
You cannot scare me. What are you going to do about it? You would be wise to stay out of my way, Tals.
I'll kill this guy with you.
Weak.
Off with his head.
You're lucky you're not dead.
All right. And on that note, let's do your thing.
Oh wow, that was fast.
Yeah, no, the game is telling me to report back to Barris, and because I'm in such a rush to do that, I think we should do your stuff first.
Then let's see where. I'm going to travel to the Thesh outpost.
The Thesh outpost?
Yeah, it's like to the
There it is. I see it. I see it.
east of us.
I'm right behind you.
Yep.
But yeah, going back to what we were talking about earlier regarding the blizzard, I mean, Elsa is there, and she was using quite a bit of her strength to try and stop the blizzard. She just couldn't because it was being done by the Forgotten, who I'm not gonna spoil the identity of, even though it's probably irrelevant.
You're going the wrong way.
I realize that.
It's this way. But yeah, no, I hate this temple because, like, even when I had, like, healing items and shit, couldn't fucking survive.
Did you have your heroic moment set on your quick bar?
Which one? Yes.
Alright, yeah. That can get you out of a lot of scrapes. It has saved me from encounters that, I guarantee you, I had no right to win.
But yeah, for those that missed last time we played this game, what happened basically was my companion, Talos Derek, or as I liked like to call him, dummy son. Koga, you're going the wrong way. We're supposed to
I
go
was following
down.
the path.
Yeah, you're supposed to split from the path to go down into like this massive crater area with
Oh, down in that area. I fucking hate going down there. All right, you keep going. I'll catch up.
yeah. So yeah, we basically we are looking for the spirits of a Sith. Well, no, we're getting.
You're looking for a ghost.
Yeah. Well, we found the ghosts actually, but
Yeah.
we have to go to this temple to retrieve something for the ghost. So the ghost is like, "Okay, I'll join you." And yeah, that's pretty much all we're doing. And our companion is the only one who can open the gate.
Yep, that's pretty much how new companions go. They force you to bring them along.
Yep. Even though I would honestly prefer Kim Val, because I know Kim Val can just break down the door with his own strength. But you know,
I'm sure Andronikos has plenty of explosives.
yeah. Hell, I even have a Jedi with a lightsaber. We both can probably melt through the door.
The Mon Calamari guy.
No, the Padawan.
Oh,
Ashara.
right, Ashara.
Yeah. So Andronikos has explosives. Kim Val has brute strength. Ashara also has a lightsaber, so we both could like take down the.
Well, there's a surprising number of materials in the Star Wars universe that can deflect lightsabers, and one of them is actually just a typical ore that I imagine could be found pretty easily for temple builders.
Yeah. So we just gotta.
And if it's a Sith temple, then you know they built it on that shit.
Yep.
All right, I'm coming on up.
I see you.
Go on ahead inside. I'm right behind you.
So it's time to. Once we get inside, I'll let you go through the archways.
How generous.
Yep.
Wow, who could have possibly seen that coming?
Honestly, everyone except idiots. It's like the first time, yeah, honestly didn't expect it. But then every other time I had to come back in here. Fucking pissed me off every time because I'm like, there's no point at the to just be repeating. Just getting shocked. I will say, whenever we get to unlocking the door, might be a good idea to have your companion set to healing. Hey Talos, do me a favor and like walk through.
You big baby.
It's not being a big baby, it's more or less of I'm sick and tired of being shocked by these
that
things.
is afraid of pain is a big baby.
It's not being a big baby, it's I am legit tired of having to get shocked by those things.
In the words of Zane Truesdale, you simply need to discover the pleasures of pain.
Oh god, I hate that line. I hate the fact that they had. I hate the fact they made him say that line. Basically,
I know. He
went from like the coolest kid in
when you're
class.
watching it as a kid back when it came out, you don't think anything about it because you're too young to get it. But then you watch it as an adult and you're like, "Ooh, what the fuck?"
Yeah, they went from like. Let's
This went from edgy to freaky, and I'm not about that.
Yeah, because like, what is it? Like Zane Truesdale was cool kid in school, couldn't, like, ever fucking lose.
Yeah, he went from having no personality to having a terrible personality.
Yep. All because Duel Cat. Honestly?
All because Aster Phoenix was an asshole Phoenix.
Well, that and also the fact that, like, whenever he did go pro, he just wasn't, like, prepared for the fact that there were people with better decks.
Yeah. Sure, it doesn't hurt us.
Because the duelist capabilities is not like.
It's like a simple pulley job. I just need to.
Isn't like moment. How good can you like use your deck? It's more or less can you actually make a good deck? And like Zane's deck.
So are these the things that always killed you?
No, it's the last guy that always killed me. These guys. No problem.
Well, I already set Jason to healing, so we shouldn't have any issue.
It's him.
This one?
Yeah. Just having to solo him was just a pain in the ass. Cause...
Alright, hold on. Don't do anything.
Hey look, he's default dancing.
So
did you see like I mean, I've been seeing a lot of clips on YouTube talking about like the previous like films or like the original trilogy and like a lot of the behind the scenes stuff.
Every time I open a new
okay, well, hang on, we'll finish this after.
Yeah. So many wonders.
This guy needs to get out more.
Unbelievable. These look like the catacombs. The rest of the temple must have been destroyed by the elements. The great and secret order of Naga Sadow's assassins, the Sadoween. This is where they came to die when their bloody work was done.
Why build in such an inhospitable place?
What better place when no one would dare to come here? Please. I know the Ghost wants this all destroyed, but let me at least take some hollow recordings. To obliterate all this history, why? We'd be orphaning ourselves. Our culture needs the hand of the past to guide it.
I don't have time to watch while you record everything in this temple.
Fine. Just tell me when it's over. I can't bear to watch.
I will be an asshole to him. More than over anything else, because... he's useless.
But yeah, actually, on the subject of movies, there is one I want to talk about. Well, technically two I want to talk about.
Oh god. Is it about the,
Toy Story does not need a fifth movie, and Frozen does not need a third movie.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Like, here's the thing. I'm willing to say that Frozen 3 will, at best, be an okay movie. But Toy Story 5 is just going to be pointless.
Yeah, especially after, the fact that there was a good, ending to Toy Story 4. It was legit.
Toy Story, here's the thing. Toy Story 3 was so much of an ending that Toy Story 4, for the longest time, was a joke. For God's sakes, the Muppets even made that same joke.
Yeah. But, when we finally got
when we
4...
did get Toy Story 4, we were, of course, excited, and while some would argue that it's not as good as 3, it still delivered a really damn good and emotionally satisfying ending, which makes me wonder, Pixar, why the fuck do you want to ruin that?
Yeah, okay, because let's see. Let's go through, the meaning of each film and try to figure out what Toy Story 5, what the meaning behind it would be. Because Toy Story 1, it was about accepting change. Woody had to accept that, he won't always be number one. It's okay to make a friend in someone who's different.
Yeah, what's important isn't being the favorite toy, it's just being there for Andy.
Yeah. Then Toy Story
Toy Story 2 was basically just reminding Woody of that.
Yeah, it was also exploring finding acceptance after abandonment. That was Jesse's entire thing.
Yeah. And honestly, Jesse's, for God's sakes, that flashback with the song, oh, it pulls my heartstrings every time.
Dude, banger, always a banger scene, man. Like emotionally disconnected, but that is always going to be a touching scene no matter what.
Yes, oh my friggin' god.
And let's destroy these
Yes, my
containers.
lord. Ready when you are.
But yeah, it's just like, and like, here's the thing. The way I see it, they could attempt to make Toy Story 5 a good movie in one of two ways.
Wait, let's see. Toy Story. What was 3?
3 was Andy growing up and everybody getting sent off to, fuck, what was it called? That's a Sunnyside, sent to Sunnyside daycare,
All
and
on
all the crap with
accident.
Watto and Bonnie.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Oh,
and
there
it's
it is.
basically it's just toys moving on after their original kid grew up.
Yeah.
And like, and Toy Story 4 was just Woody accepting that, you know, the only kid he could ever really have was Andy.
Mm-hmm.
And like, oh my god. Okay, so like going back to the to 5, it can be one of two things that would at least have the appearance of a good movie, even though it wouldn't be a good movie.
Yeah.
They could be either A, focus on Woody and Bo Peep just kind of living their life out in the wild, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
which is like fine, but that doesn't. But there's kind of nothing they can do with that would add up to Toy Story.
It could be like a like if it was to follow Woody and Bo Peep. Let's make
Like the most they could, I don't know.
like okay, because there's two ways it can be. It can be Woody and Bo Peep finding a toy who went through a
That's
similar
enough.
like situation as Jesse.
My lord, that droid.
So
We are ready to defeat it.
Excellent. Thank you,
I'll finish
Sith,
my thought
for
after
your
this.
help.
Fascinating. How is this possible? It doesn't appear to be technological.
To see those pawns of Naga Sadao crushed, their graves defiled. Normally, I consider myself above revenge, but this pleases me.
I hope this is your way of saying you're grateful.
Yes, Sith. It is.
The ghost. Never in a million years.
The Star Runner may be found in the belly of the mighty super dreadnought Star of Coruscant, in the graveyard of ships. I landed it there for safekeeping after I crushed its foolish captain. There, you will find me.
I know the place, but it's swarming with pirates. White Moor, I think they're called. Not exactly connoisseurs of the historical.
These pirates sound far more exciting than the present company.
I wait expectantly for your arrival.
So you know that's a trap, right?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure we're on the same path. So like,
One minute it's walking around good as new, and the next, oh, there's better equipment for analysis at the base near here. It's on the way to the ship graveyard, if you'll follow me.
so like, oh my god. Also, I don't think you need him as your companion anymore.
Let's go back with
I'll
Kim
await
Val.
your call.
Sup,
So
big boy? Okay. So
you finish your thought.
Okay. Have Bo Peep and Woody find a toy that ended up in a similar situation to Jesse, or okay, have it be the toy got lost. The toy thinks it is abandoned, and Woody and Bo Peep are helping that toy
Find the kid.
find the kid.
Okay, but the toy thinking that it got abandoned, that's Lotso all over again.
Yeah, but have them be less vengeful and petty.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Lotso didn't get that way until he got back and saw a new toy, and it's just like, and like it's still a rehashing of an old plot,
Yeah.
and so it's like
But
there would be nothing unique but still distinctly Toy Story they could do with Woody and Jesse. I mean Woody and Bo.
yeah,
Sorry.
they would have to
And then
follow like Buzz and Jesse, like
yeah,
the other
yeah, no, I
half
was
of the
about to say
gang.
the only other option they have is to follow Bo Peep and Jesse. Also, where are we quick traveling to now?
I have to go to the Starship Graveyard. You have to interrogate Towels. So
Mm, no, I have to. I'm still doing my thing. Is still report to Darth Barris. We're not doing my thing until we finish your thing.
okay, we're going.
So
Just follow me.
okay, well, fuck me. Okay, all right, but yeah, it's like here's the problem with focusing it on Buzz, Jesse, Rex, Slinky, Ham, Potato Heads. Here's the problem with focusing it on them. There is no way in hell for them to be able to pull that off without Woody in a way that works for the fan.
Yeah.
Like it won't matter what plot they try, it's not going to work.
Yeah, because thing is, Woody was always kind of, yes, he was the instigator of the problem, but he was also the voice of reason for a lot of the issues.
Yeah, he was running the room. He was the boss. He was in charge.
So
And it's
yeah,
like they could try and make Jesse struggle with that same role, but the fact is Woody wasn't running Bonnie's room. That was Dolly's responsibility. So like there would be nothing. There is nothing they can do with the Toy Story characters that we haven't either seen before or want nothing to deal with.
yeah. Like unless what they planted, what they're going to do is give like have it be like Toy Story 5, but do like an entirely new set of toys, which
I mean, yeah, but at that point, why not just make it an entirely new movie name instead of Toy Story, because that gives us a certain expectation.
yeah. But like,
So it's just like
have you seen
yeah,
Secret Life of Pets?
I have, yes. I've
Okay.
seen the first and second movies.
Okay, you agree it's just a blatant cash grab and retelling of Toy Story.
Yeah, it's Toy Story Dogs Edition.
Yep. So it's just like you said earlier, there's nothing that they could do to make like a Toy Story 5 like feel original and feel like its own thing.
Yeah. They want to do something with Toy Story characters, fucking remake the Buzz Lightyear cartoon, since you did Lightyear.
Yeah. But
I usually hate the idea of classic stuff getting remade, but the Buzz Lightyear cartoon, more than anything else from my past, needs a remake. If it's going to be introduced to the modern public.
Here we are. Now, I have to analyze
Because,
this story,
oh
which
my
a friend said would be
god.
here if you needed them. I believe the ghost said he was in the Dreadnought. Best go there if you wish to find him.
I was legit just brought us over here so he could say, "Oh, best like go here."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
What's this one? Fixer 308.
So now let's talk briefly about Frozen 3, and let me get all of my venting out before you chime in.
Okay, but you would agree with the plot idea I gave you, right? Like that would kind of feel like a good film if they want to go. Okay.
But here's the thing: everybody who has been supporting Frozen 3 has been supporting it for Elsa getting a romantic interest.
No.
And here's the problem. The people that want Elsa to get laid are not the Frozen fandom.
They're the horny
not the
fandom.
Disney fandom.
They're the horny
They
fandom.
are the Pride fandom, as I choose to call them.
Okay, let's clarify what, like, when you say the Pride fandom, what exactly do you mean by that? Because
LGBTQ community.
Okay. I was just curious because,
I just use the word pride because it's less of a mouthful.
Okay. The reason why I was
And
asking for clarification is because if we don't
No, you're
clarify,
fine. You're fine.
that
I
can cause
appreciate
more
that.
issues in the long
Because
run.
I do not want to be heard out of context here.
Yeah.
Since the moment Frozen 2 was announced, the Pride fandom has been demanding, not being hopeful, not requesting, demanding that Elsa have a homosexual relationship.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, on the surface, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, having a character who is homosexual and is a main character works just fine. If you do not believe me, then watch Strange World. Because Ethan Clade is a very damn good character, and I enjoy the screen time that he gets.
See, I still need to sit down and watch that.
It's honestly, it's a surprisingly good movie. I did not know what to think of it, but yeah, it was good. I recommend it.
Okay.
But yeah, so like, but the problem is, the first movie focuses a lot on love. I don't think it's much of a secret to say that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: it kind of downplays romantic love, because the main plot point is Anna getting her heart frozen by Elsa accidentally, and Grandpappy says, and I quote, "Only an act of true love can thaw a frozen heart." Now, he says true love, but it's not him that suggests the true love's kiss. It's Kristoff's adoptive mother. And yeah, it makes sense that she would go to this assumption. I'm pretty sure everyone in the audience did the first time they watched the movie, because that's what Disney always does.
Yeah, because like there's like different forms of love. If you go with the philosophical love, there's familial, there's romantic, and then there's platonic. Familiar,
and the Frozen 1 movie focuses most heavily on the familial love.
Yeah, that like the truest form of love is like Elsa loved Anna for who Anna was. Like, yes, she got annoyed with how Anna moved very fast into a relationship, and I will speak as someone who has seen that happen and the toxicity that can come from it. I'm still dealing with the aftermath of said toxicity, even though it's not really that prevalent anymore.
Yeah, I know the instance you're talking about, and yeah, that was a mess.
Yeah. The hell?
But yeah, anyways, ignore it. We're gonna glaze over that.
Yeah, but I was saying that in like jumping into relationships without like truly knowing the person, that's an issue right there. That's why it's like someone's like in their like 20s and they've met someone for like only known someone for 6 months, and then they just get into a marriage like that. That's
and like Frozen 2. Frozen 2, the moment we saw the girl playing with the wind spirit, everyone assumed that was going to be Elsa's girlfriend. Now, fortunately, the movie reveals pretty quickly on that that's Iduna.
That's the mother.
Elsa's mom.
So, but does that stop the internet from being fucking weirdos? Nope.
No, of course it doesn't. But the point is, like, it made it clear that Disney was not going to have that.
Yeah.
And then Honey Marin. Okay, here's the thing. I like Honey Marin as a character. She's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with her. But here's the thing. She has literally one single conversation with Elsa that is 83% exposition.
Yeah.
And the Pride fan and the aforementioned Pride fandom thought that they were basically just eye-fucking each other. If you'll pardon my crudeness.
Dude, that's like, okay, so from what I saw, that's how it felt.
And like,
when like
here's the thing.
People were like,
I think
Yep.
I thought your thing was over here.
Oh, it is. I'm just killing someone. Gotta get that. Some of that experience.
Alright, that's fine. Anyway, so I think what makes people ship Elsa with Honey Marin is that at the end of the movie, after Arendelle is safe and Elsa awakens as the fifth spirit, it's Honey Marin that says, and I quote here, "You you belong here," or "This is where you belong," or some and such. But here's the problem with your people's horniness. She's saying, "You belong here in Northuldra with our tribe."
Yeah,
Not
here
you belong here with me in my bed.
Yeah, like okay. Let's take like a quick detour and go into like the issue that a lot of people have, like a lot of shipping fandoms have, right? So you know the Jack Frost and Anna ship, right? The cross movie universe ships.
Jack Frost and Elsa, you mean?
Yeah, Jack Frost and Elsa.
Yeah, and like honestly, the biggest issue there is that
they're not in the same universe.
One is Disney and the other is DreamWorks.
Yeah, like they're not in the same universe. Like, could they work? Yeah, they could, because sometimes...
I mean, yeah, honestly, if they were in the same canonical universe, I'd be willing to accept that, because I've read a few fan fictions of them just out of curiosity, and they're good together.
Yeah, because it's like, Anna is the, like, mature... Elsa, fuck my mouth. Not literally, but my wording. Elsa is a mature introvert who has issues kind of controlling her emotions, or at least at first she did.
Yeah, she gets a lot better at that after the first movie.
Yeah. Jack Frost is a happy-go-lucky extrovert who tries to bring joy to everyone. And that can work. Like, there are relationships like that.
That's a good dynamic.
Because it helps balance out each other. Now, will that work for everyone? No. Like, that, it doesn't work for everyone. But for them, I think it could, just because of how they might actually have similar interests. It's just we will never fully know that because, and I'm going to get some hate for this, but in some areas, Elsa is a two-dimensional character. In terms of, like, what she likes and doesn't like. Like,
yeah, no, like, Elsa pretty much wears everything about her on her sleeve.
Yeah. And so it's like, we don't really know, like, what she actually, like, enjoys to do in her free time. A lot of time, because we never got to experience that. Or we were never told about that.
Because Elsa, whether you like it or not, is a plot engine more than she is a character.
Yeah, so that's one issue. Like, I think the Frozen films are great.
A lot of her personality that people are making assumptions about are from fan fictions or the shorts, and the shorts are fine. There's no reason not to treat the shorts as canon, but it's not enough.
Yeah. So it's just like, it would be nice if we could get like something to explore more into Elsa's character to better understand her.
Yeah, and I am in no way saying that I wouldn't want an Elsa in a movie just about Elsa, you know, just going about her days. I would not mind that. But here's the thing. My problem is everyone's insistence on getting Elsa in the sack. And at this point, people are starting to care a little bit less about the gender of her partner. But here's the thing, guys. Elsa has literally fought every single element that the Earth can throw at her and has won.
Yeah.
She does not need goddamn anybody.
Yeah, because Elsa's thing is she's supposed to be a representation of a female, like women being able to be happy without like some romantic love interest in their life. And she's
an independent woman. Let her be independent, goddamn you.
I don't think we need to go up. I think it's over here.
I know, but there are people.
Ah, okay.
I'm just killing because that fucker.
Did you get thrown? Oh yeah, you got thrown.
I got thrown off the damn platform.
Okay, I'll come and help you with that. Because I feel because with Elsa,
the situation's handled, but that fucker.
Because like with Elsa, I think it's like because I told you this. I feel like keep Elsa like Arrow, like keep her Arrow, Arrow Ace. Like keep her keep her aromantic and asexual.
Here's the thing: she doesn't have to specifically be asexual. she just doesn't need a partner.
Yeah. But
So like you want Frozen series romance shenanigans? Why do you think they gave Anna Kristoff?
yeah.
My savior.
And that goes into the plot.
My
Hang on.
heart is light, almost as if I were alive again. Your monster is quite impressive. In my day, she that possessed such a prize could have ruled the Sith.
Johnny Bragais, uns in Freistobnajal.
I am sorry, but I have always been brave, and surrender is not a pill I swallow easily.
I promise to free you when I have defeated my enemy, Darth Thanaton.
More generous than I'd expected.
1 sec.
But I would be a fool.
I was expecting it to be like a different type of thing.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah. But let's go on to this conversation, because I'm honestly more intrigued with this conversation.
Yeah, no. Anyway, so I mentioned Anna and Kristoff being the source of any romantic anything in the Frozen series, and frankly, that's how it is, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
And it brings us to the plot point that you brought up with me when we learned about these movies happening in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you take over.
Okay, let me pull up the messages, because I have a general idea.
No, hang on. I got that. I got that.
Well, no, it's not really that far up. Okay, so the plot that I had was, since Elsa is no longer in Arendelle, that's the name of the kingdom, right?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
living out her days peacefully in North Ultra, but
Yeah.
thanks to Nox, she can visit Arendelle anytime she goddamn wishes.
Yeah, okay. So, since Elsa is now no longer in Arendelle, Elsa can no longer properly rule, because she does not will never have firsthand experience of what's going on in the kingdom, because she's very much always away. So here's my idea.
Well, I mean, she and Anna write each other regularly, but I get your
Yeah.
point.
So Anna is trying to be a queen. So it's Anna kind of still being childish and still being very super optimistic about the world, and not really understanding that there are issues that can go on. So Anna is trying to rule the kingdom, but she just starts having doubt. Like, she doesn't believe that she's the right person to rule the kingdom. Like, she second guesses, and she just doesn't know what to do. Now, as a guys, we say stupid shit. I'll agree. Guys say stupid shit.
Yeah.
So Kristoff tries
when
to
you're
help.
right, you're right.
Yeah, so Kristoff tries to help, but as a guy, he fucks up and says something stupid. So
Well, I think it would be more in the line of, like, his heart is in the right place and he has the right idea, but there's politics that he doesn't understand.
yeah, that's why I said he says something stupid. Because it's not,
Yeah.
because it's hard to fully grasp it when you don't fully understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So Anna, she gets upset by that, because it just, he means well, but she takes it the wrong way.
Like, the thing is, since Elsa never married, Anna was being trained to do, the ruler stuff, because unless Elsa just randomly married some noble or prince from a neighboring kingdom, Anna was heir to the throne.
Yeah, so
she has the same training Elsa does.
yeah, so Anna has that
So
self-doubt.
what I think it should be is less Anna struggling with, ruling the kingdom, and more Anna struggling to juggle that and her married life with Kristoff. I think that should be the theme, if anything.
Yeah. Well,
'Cause basically, Frozen 1 had Anna as the main character.
yeah.
Frozen 2 had Elsa as the main character. Frozen 3 needs to go back to having Anna as the main character, with Elsa being a side character offering advice from time to time.
Yeah. So Anna, self-doubt, all that stuff, sneaks off to go see Elsa because she doesn't know what to do. She goes to her sister like, hey, help me, please. So Elsa and Anna basically they're now kind of back together, sibling things, and Elsa is trying to help Anna. Now, because now Anna's not at the kingdom, where's the queen? Where's the ruler? Oh, well, we have the bumbling idiot husband now. So, and now Kristoff, and it's going to be a movie with an A plot and B plot. A plot is Anna finding her worth and getting more confidence to be a ruler, and Kristoff learning more of the politics and getting better at that, and that's the B plot. Kristoff is the B plot.
And also, this is literally an idea I only just now thought of. I have no real stake in this idea, but I want to just kind of throw it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if Frozen 3 reintroduced as an antagonist Prince Hans?
So there are some ups and downs to that idea. The ups would be it's a villain we're familiar with. It would be like in the 3 Aladdin films, having Jafar as the villain for all 3 films.
No. Jafar was only the villain of 2 of them. He died at the end of Aladdin 2.
Really, I thought he was in Aladdin 3.
No, he gets a brief mention in the opening song, and that is it in the 3rd movie. The 3rd movie is all about Aladdin and Jasmine getting married, and the King of Thieves, who is Aladdin's dad, shows up and just complicates the shit out of things.
Okay, so yeah, you can bring back an antagonist that the audience is familiar with, and give them a new dynamic. Basically, the question would be like, oh, why was he released from prison? Because he basically became
here's the thing. If Frozen Fever is anything to go by, he was never quote-unquote imprisoned. He was just kind of given the Cinderella treatment of being forced to become a servant in his own home.
Yeah. So it'd just be like, why is he back? Like, why is he there? So that could complicate things. It's just with bringing back an antagonist like him, it's difficult to try to justify his reason to being there. Besides, he wants revenge.
Yeah, and like another problem with Hans coming back as a villain is if you flip through some Frozen fan fictions that have actual stories and aren't just like little one-shots of something or another, you'll notice that a lot of them use Hans.
Yeah, which is weird.
Well, I mean, not really, because if you think about it, Frozen doesn't really have any antagonists outside of Hans. Like, there's an argument for the Duke of Weselton, but the thing is, he's not an antagonist, he's just political.
Yeah. And that's a thing. Like, are you really antagonist if you're just thinking about your own country?
Thinking about doing a psychological analysis video of Hans, showing like where his head is at in every stage of the movie, because he is just fascinating to me.
Yeah. I still think they should have foreshadowed him being the villain a little better.
I actually like that they didn't. A big part of his reveal was the shock factor. Like,
yeah. Oh,
nobody, literally nobody saw it coming, because it was the precedents that Disney themselves had set, and they were subverting it.
Yeah. But I mean, like, because if you do foreshadowing right...
It's one of the reasons that, fucking Frozen 2 summarizes it pretty well with Olaf's recapping scene and Matthias' reaction, you know?
I love you! No, I don't. Aww!
What? Yeah, no, that was funny.
Yeah, so... But I mean, like, okay, in terms of foreshadowing, there's 2 ways. You can have the blank set foreshadowing, where you're basically telling the audience at the very beginning that this character is evil. A good example of that is if you've ever seen Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2.
Oh, yeah, no, the fucking mayor. Or, wait, no, 2? Sorry.
Yeah, 2.
Dr. What's his name?
Yeah, Dr. V. Forgettable movie. It's honestly very forgettable. The only thing that you can remember
Both movies
is...
are forgettable. Jesus.
Yeah.
What were they thinking?
I think, like, the first movie was far better. Not just because it was the first film.
The first movie was fine, but let's be honest, neither of them aged very well.
Yeah. Especially when you think about the science of everything, then that's just kind of like, what the hell is going on right there?
You try not to think about the science of things that are a movie based off of a book that was intended to teach kids about the fucking food pyramid.
Really? It's based off of a book?
Yeah, a kindergarten children's book that taught people about the food pyramid.
That's just
Yeah,
okay.
you thought the Dr. Seuss movies expanded on bitch basic plot lines?
Oh, dude, bitch, basic plot lines. Okay, yes, the Lorax book from Dr. Seuss is great. Yes, you can make an argument that the Lorax movie is good.
Honestly, of all the Dr. Seuss movies, the Lorax is the only one that feels genuinely fleshed out and good.
Honestly, I kind of like, after thinking on the Lorax movie a bit more, it's a very stupid movie.
Oh yeah, of course it's stupid. You can't take a Dr. Seuss book, make a movie out of it, and expect it to be high quality.
I mean, I enjoy like Horton Hears a Who way more than
I will
the
give
Lorax.
Horton Hears a Who the fact that it is significantly funnier than the Lorax movie. It's definitely funnier. But I think that the Lorax tells a better, a more well done story. You know.
I think like we're okay. So there are some issues I have with the Lorax, and I think one of the issues is.
Hang on, we are getting way off track. Let's just do the game.
Okay, let's do the game. Then while we're moving to areas, we'll talk about
we'll keep talking about this as we're traveling and shit.
Welcome to our podcast, guys. This is what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Savior and Avenger, my heart is light. Almost as if
honestly, we could consider that.
Again.
Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to the idea. Just like pick a game where we can kind of brain dead the game.
No, not even that. Like we'll just sit in a Discord call, have something have some kind of image on the screen, and just talk.
Yeah.
I am sorry, but I have always been vain, and surrender is not a pill I swallow easily.
Because like you and I could be in these conversations for hours.
Yeah.
Before you perform the ritual, promise me that you will release me when your enemies are defeated, and you no longer need my power. Seal the promise with your blood, and I will submit willingly to your control.
Force him or shed blood.
Wonder which choice you're gonna make.
To the likes of you.
I won't be taken easily.
Fight? Are we fine? Hell yeah!
I'll handle the eliminator.
Water, John.
Because I have a thing where I'm not going to be doing any light side options. That's my choice.
Yeah, of course. I wanted us to start on the Sith side for that very reason. I wanted you to have your fun.
Yep. Okay, so I think there's like there's four main points with the Lorax film. Why I think if you sit down and think about what the film's is and what it tries to preach, does it do it? Yes, but could it have done it better? Oh, definitely. I think any film can do it. Can do like messages about the environmentalism. Yeah, where I think with the Lorax,
honestly, guys, you want a series that has a surprisingly good message about the environment? Watch Power Rangers Wild Force. I was genuinely surprised how well they did that.
Oh yeah, no, it's like I think like yes, the Power Rangers can kind of be very campy and be very childish, but that's the charm of it. It's not. It's taking a Japanese show and Americanizing it.
Well, Well, before we go any further down this rabbit hole, because this is a dangerous one for me,
Lorax, correct.
Let's rewind hard back to the movies that Disney announced were coming.
Oh wait.
I have no opinion on Zootopia 2. I really don't. Like, I had no issues with Zootopia 1, but it is the definition of forgettable.
So, I know a lot of communities that will take what you say and be like, "Oh, you piece of crap! You don't know the masterpiece that is Zootopia," and that's just the furry community being a bunch of babies.
Honestly, yeah.
Because a lot of the people I know that really love that film that are furries, it's only one reason why they like it, and that's small bunny can hop on them, and yeah, all I'm
Yeah.
saying right there.
Yeah, let's
And
not pretend Judy Hopps isn't exactly what the hasn't had exactly what the internet's done to her.
God damn it! Okay, I was about to say, if I'm fucking stuck again. I need to send you a song that I found that's just like, it's stupid as hell, but funny at the same time in some areas.
Should I be afraid?
It's legit called I'm Not a Furry. And it's just a rap, and it's just a bunch of guys just kind of doing like rapping about like all of these animated characters, like anthropomorphic
God.
characters, saying why they're hot, but then exclaiming that they're not furry, but they know what they want.
All right.
It's stupid
yeah.
and funny, and I think like I think Zootopia. It is a good film if you think of it from like what story was actually trying to tell. It's trying to tell a story of acceptance
but also like, is it just me or does it feel like they hit the racism topic a little too hard?
Honestly, that was the entire point of the film, because if you have a movie or story about carnivores and herbivores living in peace and harmony, that's just a story of race right there.
Hashtag Beastars.
Honestly, I think I need to sit down and watch season 2 of Beastars. I finished the manga, and it is honestly probably one of like my favorite mangas. I do plan on probably rereading at some point.
I personally could not even get past the second episode. If you like Beastars and if you like Zootopia, then I say all the power to you. But for me, it's not something I can go back to.
Yeah, so it's for those that don't know, Beastars is not a kid-friendly animal manga or show.
It not be further from.
Yeah, it is teen to adult. Like, there's no abhorrent.
I would say it is just adult.
No.
Because need I remind you, the first episode ends with our main bunny character stripping.
Yeah, but the reason why I say teen, because what teenager hasn't seen adult content? Like, let's be serious.
Okay, then let's also talk about how there is a consistent undertone of murder.
Oh. Okay, let's see. A lot of kids shows have murder too. They don't outright say that the character was killed, but heavily implied.
Yeah, but have you seen season 1's ending sequence? Like, that's fucking disturbing.
Yeah, and it honestly gets more disturbing if you're reading the manga, because there's scenes where, like fuck, I forget his name. The deer character basically tells Legoshi, who is the main character, like the main character who's a wolf.
Yeah, the wolf
basically
guy,
says, "Eat my fucking leg," and Legoshi's like, "What? I can't." It's like, do it! Eat my leg! And that...
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I understand Beastars has a massive following, and again, all the power to you. You're just never gonna be able to get me on board with that thing.
Yeah, okay. But, like, there's a reason why that scene happened, and Legoshi was getting into it, was fighting the murderer at the beginning of the series, to try and stop him and put him down. The deer character had a brand on the bottom of his leg because he used to be in a carnivore breeding facility where they would breed kids to auction and sell to be eaten, which entirely another level of fucked up. But the deer basically was telling Legoshi, "Eat my leg," and it was the leg that had the brand on the bottom of his foot to basically say, "Take this curse away from me," and use like the meat that you will get as strength to stop the killer.
Which, like you said, all kinds of fucked up.
All kinds of fucked up, but when you take into context of what is going on in the story and what it means to each individual character, it does It is a powerful
Displaying
moment.
all authorized
Thresh outpost speeder.
Thresh outpost speeder.
Yep.
Okay.
Travel
But yeah,
request
anyways,
confirmed.
enough about those. The only one I'm excited about is Inside Out 2. That is a movie that I was not willing to be hopeful about getting.
I'm kind of curious what Inside Out 2 would actually be telling a story of. Because I will
Well,
preface this, I haven't
as we
fully seen
understand,
one.
well, here's what I know. Inside Out had Riley at the cusp of being a full-blown official teenager. And where the frick am I going? Hang on a second. Please hold.
Okay.
Oh, for fart's sake.
What you're figuring out.
Dorn base.
Which base?
Dorn, Dorn. Anyway, like, first let me explain why I liked Inside Out 2 so much.
You mean the first one?
Yeah, Inside Out. So why I like the first Inside Out so much. So,
Betting spilled blood freezes before he
growing
gets
up,
here.
I
Finding out
had to move a lot throughout my life, and pretty early on, I kind of became numb to it. Like, it stopped bugging me. Like, I'd miss my friends, but that would be about it. Like, I learned to adapt pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
And the entire point of the movie is Riley moving from the home that she grew up in for, 11 years? And that's longer than any amount of time I've ever spent in any of the houses I've lived in. And just all of the emotions that come from that and all the difficulties with it.
Yeah.
And it just made me resonate because all of a sudden, where the hell am I going? Because all of a sudden, I had. Sorry, go back up the elevator.
Icefall Plains.
Because all of a sudden, I had a character who was experiencing something that I was used to for the first time ever. And that scene at the very end of the movie, after Joy and Sadness have made it back to headquarters, where Riley just breaks down in front of her parents, that I have watched that movie dozens upon dozens of times, and every time I tear up when I watch that scene because good God, that is so fucking real.
Yep. Emotional acceptance right there, people. Some people struggle with accepting their own emotions. I will say I am one of those people. But it is important, and that's kind of what we see in Inside Out. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, not the Dorn base. Good gracious God, I hate Hoth. Have I mentioned that I hate Hoth?
Yeah. So it seems like we're going to forward.
No, we're going. Jesus, where are we going?
It says forward bunker on my map.
Yeah, that's where it's showing me too. Oh my God. Ugh. Anyways. So yeah, the short Riley's first date has the subplot of exactly what the title says. Riley going on a maybe date with the boy that she bumps into at the end of the movie.
Yep, and that scene. I've seen that
Yeah,
short. It's just hilarious.
Inside his head. Every single male viewer over the age of 18 laughed because they all knew that was perfectly accurate.
And that's what happens.
My thing is pointing me in this direction.
Forward. Is it in forward bunker?
No, it's pointing me away from forward bunker. What is going on? Is my thing broken? I'm gonna follow it, but let's continue talking. So yeah, it's and at the end of the movie when we see the expanded console, quote unquote, Disgust points out the the puberty button, which is funnier than it should be. So it's just like that. that right there, that could be the plot of the second movie.
Yep.
Travel route is confirmed.
So it's just like I love Riley as a character. I love her emotions as characters. They are all great.
Can
All
we?
right, so you want to head. You want to head to High Mount. Start heading down the path to High Mountain Ridge. Apparently,
Oh, okay.
oh my Lord Almighty!
Because
Master Yoda as my witness. This planet is bullshit.
bullshit. This planet is. Oh, thanks, Yoda. Thanks, Yoda. Um.
Said it better myself. I could not.
God, what was it? It was I think Disney right now at this point is falling into a pit trap where they are being way too safe. Like they are not like they're not really trying anything new.
Yeah, and like here's the thing, like we want to talk about things that Disney has been doing lately that pisses people off. I'm going back to Frozen 3 to throws blah, going back to Frozen 3 for just a quick moment.
Okay.
So, like I said earlier, once again, the Pride fandom is demanding that Elsa be a lesbian. And I am just terrified because if Disney does that, they will be doing exactly what they did for the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, and that is they would sell out. And
Yeah.
I have another fucking speeder. Where am I going now, game? Huh? Where am I going? Where you want me to go? Back to Thesh?
Okay.
Back to Thesh. Okay, back to Thesh.
Wait. Let's take a second. Let's use the almighty internet. Because what?
You use the almighty internet. I am too far down this pit of madness.
Okay, what the step that you're on? Where?
Interrogate the Talls. Report to Darth Barris. Oh my god, I fucking hate this planet. I'd rather be stranded on Tatooine or Jakku. Okay, I found it. I fucking found it. It's here at the Thesh outpost.
They're at the Thesh outpost. Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Because let's where's Thesh? There we go. Let's see what this goes.
So yeah, what Disney did in the sequel trilogy is they buckled under and they gave in to the demands of the fans that are wrong and wanted Reylo.
Nah, they should have made Finn the main character. Still pissed off about that. I think Finn definitely should have been.
I can forgive that because I still say that was a fantastically done subvert. I am okay with Rey being the protag. I have no issues with that.
I think like my issue is George Lucas came out and said that if you take a look at the 3 films, like or the first 6 films, so original trilogy and prequel trilogy, he said Anakin Skywalker.
And OG,
yeah. Anakin Skywalker was prophesized to be the chosen one to bring balance to the Force.
And he kind of was.
Yeah. No, and he even said, well, if you take a look at what happened is he brought balance to the Force by destroying the Jedi Order. Since there were way more Jedi than Sith.
Yeah. All right, well, hang on.
My hollow Lankron. Now.
I can't. Sarender's overridden all my controls.
As you can see, Barris, I control this planet. I've tapped your communications and can anticipate your every move. As
Hello, Admiral Yularen.
The Talls keep me one step ahead of even you.
Your oversized commandos are on the verge of extinction.
Ah, the lapdog returns. If your trainer knows what's good for him, he'll muzzle you. I'm not here for a reunion, Barris. The last time we met, you were left drained and weaponless. This time you won't be so lucky.
My lord. I'm sorry,
You have failed me for the last time, Lanklin. Ensign Slint, you are now coordinator of my dealings on Hoth. Don't screw it up, Commander.
I will not disappoint you, my lord.
Apprentice, you better have good news for me.
You can always count on me, Master. The lost superweapon Zerander seeks is actually a Jedi Master named Violet.
Ah, Master Violet. Now I understand why Zerander would risk exposure. Before his capture during the war, Violet was among the Jedi's most powerful masters. The ship transporting him to me was destroyed in a fierce space battle in this system. I assumed he'd perished, but...
The ship must have crashed here on Hoth, and he's kept himself alive all this time.
So it would seem. For beings that commune deeply enough, the Force can be as sustaining as rations. During the war, Zerander was Master Violet's Padawan. We battled. Violet took my lightsaber and used it from then on. If Violet is on Hoth, so is my blade. I will concentrate to locate it. Yes, there. Coordinates sent, Commander. Now go, Apprentice. Find the lightsaber and the Jedi.
My lord.
That's a nice story element, using the lightsaber to track him.
Where black marketeers are said to operate. What will you have me do while you're away?
Dispose of Lanklin's body, Commander.
The Emperor's speed to you, my lord.
Did you see him move?
No, I looked down for a second.
Okay, yeah, Lanklin's body just moved.
Let's see. I think
So yeah, basically, the Star Wars writers for the sequel trilogy buckled under pressure from fans and gave them Reylo. And I have not forgiven them since, by the way. That's why this news of a new Star Wars movie has me cautious.
Wait. News. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Well,
Please
here's something that might make you feel better. There are talks that the MCU's Black Widow is going to be the Jedi of this story.
That doesn't really change the fact that they're making another Star Wars film. Like, my question...
In terms of people to play the main character, they got a pretty good one, maybe.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson is a good character. Or a good actress. I mean, like, do we know where in the timeline it will be? Like, will it be before the prequel trilogy?
I do not. I have not bothered looking into it.
Okay. Because
it's not something I'm particularly fond of, if the truth be told.
Because really, that's my question. Like, here's why I believe. If it's before the 6th film, I'm A-okay with it. If it's after the 6th film, I do not want it. Will I go see
like it? I would personally like it if it's before Phantom Menace.
Honestly, same. Because on Disney Plus, what was it? It was I forget the name of it, but it was the Star Wars Stories show with Qui-Gon Jinn, Count Dooku.
Oh yeah, the stories that focused on Dooku and Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I almost fell to my death. Yeah, Tales of a Jedi or whatever.
Yeah. Because I heard like that was great when we got to see.
It is. It's really freaking good. We get to see Dooku's descent to the dark side. It's so good. Like, honestly, it's more Dooku's show than it is Ahsoka's.
Yeah.
But believe me when I say that's not a negative.
I need to find where I can watch it. That isn't, Disney Plus. Because I'm kind of like, I'm starting to hate the idea of streaming services. I think they're great, but I hate the idea at this point. Because I feel like streaming services should, yeah, you should have a subscription, but it should be for, like, shows that have already come out, type of thing.
I mean, yeah, but let's be honest, television was a dying breed anyways.
It was mainly just because of, like, the advertisement industry. And streaming services are starting to fall into that, like,
Well, the problem is they kind of have to.
Yeah.
For the same reason that television had to.
Well, no, I mean, like, the issue that advertisement with television was it started to become more ads than show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, where it started to be, there was an advertisement, or like a 5-minute advertisement every 10 minutes. And shows were usually 20 minutes long.
Alright, we want to get to the bottom.
Yeah. I think it's... Oh, yeah, this way. So, like, the issue that, like, streaming services are having, and down with the empire that is Netflix, even though Netflix was great for a long while. It's
Netflix had it right, but it's kind of getting beaten at its own game.
Dude, they're doing, like, self dying right there.
Self-detrimentation?
Yeah, because it's like... have you heard about the new rules they've been making with the password sharing?
No.
Okay, so Netflix used to, like, have this thing where you could share your password, right? With your friends and family. Share password. And they wouldn't be angry. Because, you know, that was one of the great things about Netflix. Like, a group of friends all kind of putting in some money and having one account.
Yeah, it's a good system.
Yeah, and you could have multiple accounts, and you could give your, like, password to, like, your significant other, and, like, shit like that. Well, now Netflix is like, no, we don't want that anymore. Like, and it's insane, because now if, like, you're caught sharing your password, they can ban your account, or they'll fine you, and you have to, like, pay, like, an extra, like $8 a month if you want to share your password with someone. So it's now, instead of like $12 a month, it's now going to be like $20 a month, which might not be that bad, but like their terms and services have been like found to be very not being clear with what they're going to do.
Yeah, I get you.
Because now it's just like, and they haven't really gotten any good shows recently. Now people will say, oh, Wednesday, like, what about the Wednesday show? There are exceptions. But I mean, like, overall, the shows aren't really, there's nothing really standing out recently.
Yeah.
Besides, like, one or two, and those only come around, like, every few years.
Also, fan favorite Netflix series is getting canceled, or is a big problem.
Which show is that?
Nice price for something.
Oh, too many to label.
Oh, yeah.
The lightsaber is yours. Glad we could do business together, Talls.
Looks like it's time for a bloodbath.
You get the black market people, I got the talls.
Oh, I'm pressing the wrong goddamn button.
Wonder what Barris smokes out of this saber.
I don't know, but I want it.
If your targets are in my way, I'm going to kill them.
Brunemark, do you not remember how this went last time?
do I know you're not making this up?
All right.
All right, so honestly, I keep forgetting what we're talking about. We were talking about shows, characters. Oh yeah, we're on streaming services now. Yeah, Netflix has just been bad, like in the past couple of months, where they're making shows that are very questionable. And there was one show a few years ago. I'm not going to say the name because I puke every time I say that name. But for those that know, they know why I have an issue with Netflix because of that show. For those that don't know, it was a French show. Also, Netflix, like, what the hell? Like, why limit what you can watch in certain countries? You're fucking.
I'll tell you one other thing.
You can
Netflix.
search. Like,
why does Netflix only have certain seasons of pre-existing non-Netflix exclusive titles? They should either have the whole series or just not have it at all.
Yeah, so it's like I get because sometimes with that it becomes licensing issues. The company that originally made this show.
Yeah, no, I understand it's a licensing issue, but that just doubles my point. Like,
why
have parts of it?
Yeah, like have all of it or have none of it at that point.
Frostwake Outpost, because okay. Because the example that comes to mind most prevalently is the Inuyasha anime. Netflix has only 3 of the 7 seasons and none of the final act. Now, Hulu has the entire series and the final act, so I don't care if it doesn't have the series. I just really think that with shows as era-defining as Inuyasha, it really should just be all or nothing.
Yeah.
All right, really quickly, hang on a second.
Okay.
All right, keep heading down the road and keep going. I'm going to use the bathroom and I'll be right back.
Yeah. Be sure to mute yourself if you have wireless headset on.
I do not.
Okay. Now that he goes, I'm going to talk shit about the Lorax film. Okay. It's a film legit, criticizing big corporations, right? I got nothing wrong with that. I think big corporations at times, they do need to... Ow. They do need to, take a second and not be, evil. But it's gotten to a point where, films are just, criticizing, capitalism. To the extent where it's yeah, I know, you can criticize capitalism, but criticize more big corporations like Amazon, Twitter, and Facebook, those types of big companies. Big Pharma, that's another thing. You won't blame, why your medication and why doctors charge so much. I'll blame big pharmaceutical companies. But I'm not going to get into that conversation because, there's a lot of issues there. But no, the Lorax, okay. If you take a look at the cast list for the Lorax, you got Taylor Swift, you got, that's the only person I can honestly remember. They got Daniel LaVito. Daniel LaVito was in, the Lorax. So, and, you look at the Lorax's cast list, and it's all of these big actors. You listen to the songs in the Lorax, and I listened to them, I did a rewatch of the Lorax recently, and dude, I almost took a fork and dug my eardrums out because some of those songs were really obnoxious.
In the Lorax?
Yeah, it's what's called a radio musical, or a boombox musical,
yeah.
where it's
I'm
like,
familiar with the type, yeah.
and like boombox musicals, nothing really wrong, as long as you have songs that fit the musical. Like
Or at the very least, they're relatively good.
yeah, like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, old boombox musical film, and it is a great one. It has a lot of good songs. Some of them you listen to like, ooh, this hasn't aged well, because Tim Allen, no, not Tim Allen. Crap, what's his name?
Oh, actually, you just reminded me of something about Toy Story 5.
Okay.
Tim Allen's not going to be returning as Buzz Lightyear.
Let's see. The Rocky Horror Picture Show. I always forget the actor's name, and it always upsets me. That's like, I see him a lot. Tim Curry. I was right, it was Tim, but I just fucking forgot the last name for some reason.
It was a Tim.
Yeah. So, like, Tim Curry was in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. He was legit dressed in a, like, it's a weird film. It's really fucking weird. Because you don't know what it's about half the time, because it's like, it has like a Frankenstein aspect to it. But it's a musical, and like there's an entire song that Tim Allen sings where he legit says he's a and I'm quoting this, people. I am quoting the lyrics. He's, well, not fully quoting because I don't fully remember lyrics, but he basically says he's a transvestite from a galaxy called Transylvania.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that more than I know I should.
Honestly, it is a great musical. It has a lot of songs. My friend Frowsy, she fucking hates the song Time Warp. Because it can get annoying. Time Warp is a very annoying song, but it's very catchy. So, but like as like jukebox musicals go, I think the Lorax is god awful as a jukebox musical, because you listen to some of the songs, and I think it's more of how they change the melody, like the actual sounds of the songs to make it fit the story. That's what kind of irks me.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen Horton Hears a Who or Lorax. Maybe I'll have to go back and watch them back to back again.
Yeah.
Because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Lorax is just kind of something I'm remembering wrong.
Yeah. Like, it's not a bad film. It's just, I think out of all the films I've seen, it is definitely one of the lower on the list.
This is the last moment of your life. I could use a ferocious beast like you. You have a deal.
I'm not even bothering to read Brunmark's subtitles, if I'm being honest. He's my least favorite companion of this storyline.
I kind of feel like it's okay to talk over the dialogue at this point.
Yeah.
Because it's just like...
It's just...
Yeah, and I really don't want to read what's going on either, because brain doesn't want to read.
Also, they talk a little too quickly.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, with Jukebox Musical, with the Lorax, I think, like, one of the main issues I have, because go back and watch the trailers for the Lorax and all of the things that the Lorax was advertising, basically, for. Because it's a... Because, keep this in mind, it's a movie about, it's a movie about the environment.
Fall in line. I have
But the Lorax was being sponsored by car companies. You know, not even Tesla. We're talking about like Ford. We're talking about Toyota. We're talking about like gas guzzling cars.
You know, say what you will, but at least movies like those can have an amusing sense of irony.
Yeah. No, then like the main character. Okay. So there's a manga that's been out for a while and got anime very recently called Chainsaw Man.
Oh yeah, my girlfriend has got very excited about that show.
I enjoyed the manga. I have like some gripes and issues in the manga here or there, but it is a good read. I need to sit down and actually watch the anime because the main character's only reason for living is to touch boobs. You think I'm lying? No, that is legit his motivation because he basically had to pay off his parents' debt, which was like in the trillions.
Yeah.
So his entire thing was he never actually got to live life because he was trying to pay off this debt. And his entire thing is, I want to touch boobs.
Isn't another one of his things using his chainsaw face to tear guys' frontal organs off?
Yeah, he did get pissed off with someone one time, and he's like, I'm going to cut your dick off. That, if I remember correctly, that was a threat he did give someone.
Yeah.
I think you have to interact with this. No.
I know, but kill everything.
Okay. So, I'm preferencing with, like, a character whose only motivation is horny.
Well, I mean,
and
you want to talk about that, and High School DxD.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, like, let's talk about, like, an enjoyable character.
yeah. Issei is the reason that I cannot bring myself to watch that show, like, more than one episode at a time.
Yeah. Denji's entire thing is, I just want to touch boobs because I never got to experience life. And it's like, okay, understandable. True man of culture. Like, right there. But, the main character, not the Onceler, the kid in, the Lorax movie.
The kid that I think was played by Zac Efron?
Yeah. His entire reason to find and learn what trees are
is to date the main female character.
Is to date Taylor Swift. That's it.
Yeah.
Then O'Hare's heir is like, it's like the dumbest thing of corporatism right there. Because his entire thing is, I don't like trees because trees make air for free. So I want to sell air because that's all my company does. So he convinced the entire town to hate trees and hate plants.
Well, not so much hate trees, just outlaw them.
Yeah. That's kind of just hating on them.
Not really, because, there's not a single person in the movie, save for the bad guy, that hates the tree and is actively conspiring against the good guys.
Yeah, and the guy shows how much of a fascist dictator he is because he has cameras hooked up all throughout town.
Oh yeah, no.
So he
makes himself very obvious right at the beginning, and his problem isn't even with the tree itself; it's just the whole business angle.
Yeah, where it's he could find a better way to make money besides.
Yeah, he has the technology to sell air in the many ways that he can do. There are other ways he can use this shit.
Yeah, if you have the technology to produce clean air, holy crap!
Just turn your business kind of against itself in a way and use that to clean up all the polluted air around your town.
Yeah.
How difficult would that be?
Yeah, he could make...
All right, hang on.
My eyes are still adjusting, but I have no trouble recognizing you, brave Zerander. The sight warms me.
Master Violet, your ordeal has ended. I only wish I'd heard you reaching out to me sooner.
Do not denigrate yourself. It took great concentration to summon you. All these many years, entombed in this rubble. I have fed off the Force, and have great insights to impart.
Your insights will fall on dead ears.
What's this? I sense a presence. Barris.
Indeed. This is Darth Barris's apprentice, come to stop me from returning you to your command. Conserve your strength, Master. My men and I will dispatch this interloper.
I seek a peaceful solution.
Ah, wrong button.
So you realize how drastically outnumbered...
Understandable.
Gosh damn it.
Understandable.
My eyes are still adjusting, but I have no trouble recognizing you, brave Zerander.
Okay, so we can talk until we catch up.
Master.
Well, I was skipping ahead, so no, we're in the fight now.
But yeah, no, it's like, I feel like in like the entirety of like the film, they could have done a lot better, but like what we got, is it enjoyable? Yes, but is it basically kind of hypocritical of a film? Way more of a yes, in my opinion. Because remember, it was this big corporation that all the advertisements were for basically anti-environment stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Stop, Sith. Had my strength returned before this moment, I would have kept Zerander from engaging you. Now he is down, and your fight has made this chamber unstable. It is nearing an inevitable collapse. You've proven your superiority. Let me bargain for Zerander's life.
His life is forfeit.
Goodbye, my old friend. Now I wish I had not summoned you here. Sith, your efforts to neutralize us are unnecessary. I have no interest in continuing the fight against the Empire. Buried here all this time, I have communed with the Force to the exclusion of all else.
I find that somewhat intriguing.
It has been a great privilege, and quite mind-expanding. The Force is with me, greater than ever now. I suspect that I could defeat you quite handily, but I'm no longer concerned with the tidings of this galaxy, or these times. I only seek to continue my transcendence.
If that's true, why did you summon Zerander here?
I wanted to share my revelations, and bring him to the same understanding. This excavation site is nearing collapse. Should we battle, we would both be crushed. Leave me here, to be buried again. You will complete your mission. I shall enjoy a life at one with the Force.
I like the sound of that.
Then save yourself and leave this place before the ceiling crashes down. I will quiet my mind and prepare myself. You have my gratitude, Sith. A precise lightsaber sweep as you exit will cause the cave-in.
What did he just do to Zerander?
I think prepare his body to be buried.
I guess. Well, whatever. Goodbye. All right. I was debating.
Just killing him right then and there would give him his dying wish.
Yeah. So.
Hey, look, it's Zerander.
Oh, that's what he was doing. He was moving his body out of the way. All right. Well, let's get out of here.
Yep.
I just need to return to my ship holo terminal. How about you?
Ship's airlock on Hoth.
Okay. Basically, it's the same thing. Yep. All right. I will. All right. Let's get back to our ships.
We're going to Doran Base, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So. I think, like, because I want to rewatch Horn Hears a Who. Because right now, I think my favorite kind of animated, like, Dr. Seuss film right now is the animated Grinch Stole Christmas with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, it's a good one. I still say the live action one is superior, but it is good.
Well, that's why I said animated.
Yeah.
Because you just can't top the... You can't top Jim Carrey's Grinch.
You cannot top his lunacy.
Yep.
There's a reason he works so well as Eggman.
Yeah, I just still feel bad for, like, the people that worked with him on the film because he wasn't really nice to them a lot of the time, but that was just because he was slowly going crazy because of the makeup.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Because it was like he'd spend like 8 hours or like 16 hours in total at the makeup station, like to get like everything put on and taken off, and it was just...
Yeah, and like I can understand him getting really frustrated with that, and like there's kind of nothing to be done about that. I mean, if you're gonna get turned into the Grinch, that's a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
All right, I'm about to go into my story cutscene, and you're about to get into one of yours. So
yeah. My story area. Let's go to my ship.
Well, my lord, I hoped to catch you before you left. I have resigned from the service. The military just isn't the best use of my talents. I feel I could serve the Empire better by helping you, if you'll let me.
And what exactly is in it for me?
I have military training, rifles, small arms, grenades, and, well, I don't like to brag, but I've been called the best in my profession.
He's not lying. Lieutenant Drellick has quite the reputation in his field. He's the perfect combination of brilliant, valuable, and deceptively non-threatening.
Remarkable. Are you another ghost, or...?
Something like that. Perhaps I'll tell you about it sometime.
I promise I won't let you down. Yes, my lord.
Maizen Bama. Madu Atin.
Wait. This way. Ship's intercom.
Do you require anything, Master? A hot meal, perhaps? Conversation? Foot massage? Just say the word.
Alright, I've got a companion quest with Vet, but frankly, that can happen. That's something I can do in my own time.
Yeah. I'm going to do my intercom, then I'll talk a bit to some of my companions.
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe not. Don't care about most of them.
I say you may as well talk to all of them on screen.
Good. And I would suggest...
Tagasa Chais in Barks Prize War Tyrene Swase Ikbus Karadida.
Once I agree with a monster. Break into Thanaton's meditation chamber and blast him with all those dead Sith you've piled up.
The ghosts don't do anything. It's just raw power.
However it works, so long as Thanaton's dead when you're done. But if you face him with his defenses up like last time, you're toast. Don't forget it.
If there's any way I can aid you, my lord, let me know.
My lightsaber is ready, should you have need.
Up now, we sons.
Okay, so I think in like regards to like Like, what's some films that, like, when they got announced, you were like, oh man, this film is going to be great, but then it was utter horseshit? Like, what films have you experienced like that?
What was your master like?
Films like what
You had a
again?
master, right?
So you heard like it was
My master tried to kill me.
like a film that when it got
just
announced,
insane.
you were like,
Why
this
would
is going to
Sith
be
try destroy the
great.
future of their own order.
Then you went to go see it and were very disappointed.
That the most glaring would be, and I'm sure this comes as a surprise to absolutely nobody who has seen it,
The future of the order
the
means
last
nothing if you're
Airbender
not
live
willing to
action
see it.
movie.
Selfishness is the real problem with the Sith
Yeah.
Order. All the violence and
Like,
cruelty.
here's the thing.
It's just
It started out as a
selfishness.
great concept,
Claim
and
to
then we
follow
get
your
there and we
passions,
learn that the
but what about
character's name is
friendship?
pronounced
The Jedi
Ong,
seek spiritual peace, and they watch
and
out
it's
for
not
each
the
other.
Avatar, it's the
Master Ryan and
Avatar.
Ahsoka were more like parents to me than my own
Like,
parents.
these are nitpicks, mind you, but just the tip of the iceberg of what the actual hell
Oh
is
no,
going on with this movie.
it was also like the stylistic choice of firebenders don't like act like naturally like create fire. They have to send
With the
fireballs.
exception of General Iroh, but personally, I'm kind of okay with that, as that makes them, as if they were all able to do that in a live action setting, I think there would be a concern of making a few too many comparisons to one Dragon Ball Evolution.
I think Avatar: The Last Airbender would have been done way better still than Dragon
I
Ball
mean,
Evolution.
yeah, undoubtedly, but anybody who watched that movie remembers how bad the final Kamehameha against Piccolo was in that movie. It's just like a Kamehameha blast with zero kickback so that you can charge at your opponent while you're blasting them, which is a maneuver that makes less than 0%
I'm still trying
sense.
to figure things out.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, Last Airbender was honestly just a disappointing film. Like,
I'm sorry I was so
putting
harsh about the
aside
Empire
the
earlier.
weirdness of
There's just a
Aang's
lot I'm
name
still
and the
trying to
title of Avatar,
Others will not
the
tolerate you question
abridging,
because I do.
essentially, of Zuko's story, like with the pirates, and
There's just a lot I'm still trying to process.
Let me know if I can
and
do
the
anything to
weird
make the
thing about that
adjustment easier.
dragon that talks to Aang in his visions. Well, I'm pretty sure that's not Roku's Animal Guide.
How would you feel if suddenly you had a Jedi Master and were serving the Republic?
I think that's supposed to be some equivalent to Rava from Legend of Korra, but I could be mistaken. Obviously, Rava was not created at the time of that movie being made, but I mean, you know,
Yeah.
splitting hairs at this point.
Let me know if I can do anything to make the adjustment easier.
I know Jedi are supposed to
So
be
it's just
patient,
like, what the
but
hell?
it's never been my strength. How would you feel if suddenly
I
you
will
had a
say
Jedi
this
Master
though:
and
the
were serving
fight scenes were absolutely beautiful. There's no way to argue against that.
Don't
The
be
fight scenes
flippant.
were beautiful.
I promise I won't let my misgivings interfere with our work.
I kind of like how they changed Zhao.
My lord.
Like they
I'm
made
sorry I was so
him.
harsh about the Empire earlier.
They
just a lot I'm still
they
trying to process.
they turned down his egotisticalness by just enough,
But it's never been my strength.
Yeah.
How would you feel if suddenly you had a Jedi Master
so
and
that
were
he
serving the
was a bit
Republic?
more of an enjoyable character to watch, but still the same prick that would kill the Moon Spirit for his own glory.
I did. And I accept that. I promise I won't let my
And
misgivings
also,
interfere with our work.
fun fact: the pivotal main character Suki does not appear in the movie at all, despite the fact that she makes an appearance in the first season of the show.
Wait, can I ask for? Because I completely zoned out for a bit. Just started Kareem like I knew what we were talking about. What show are we talking about, real quick?
Last Airbender, the movie. The fights looked really good, but there was a lot of weirdness with the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
If
the
it was
way Zuko was handled was a little odd. Iroh was fine, actually.
okay, for some reason my
Zhao,
brain thought we were talking about like wait till like you then started going to a different one. Also, 1 second. Hi, Ghosters. Hi, Deathclaws. Sorry about that. How are you guys? It's going good today for me. Koga, how's it going for you today so far?
pretty good. My day's been all right.
Uh, but yeah. Hi, hello, salutations.
Also, really quickly, Crux.
Yes.
Let's see. All right, we are both going back to Drome and Koss, yes?
Yes. I'm just talking to
changed my
Ashara.
mind. I have nothing to say to you.
Yeah, finish your support convos, and then let's get to moving.
I don't understand. I haven't done anything.
But yeah, Avatar. But yeah, the last Airbender live action movie. The fights were gorgeous. Some of the characters were done differently. Some for better and some for worse. And Suki is non-existent.
They murdered them.
I'm sorry.
And I don't even remember how. Well, I mean, I know Princess Yue was used in the movie because she's a
You know the answer as well as I do.
because she's a vital
If there's going to be any kind of peace agreement, the Empire has to stop.
a vital plot element in the North Pole confrontation.
This behavior will destroy the
But
Empire.
like, I don't remember how she was treated as a character until that point.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be more patient.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
Andronicus is rather attached to the ship.
So yeah, Suki not being involved really was kind of it was the straw that broke the camel's back to me for that movie, because Suki would ultimately become this massively important character to the story, who joined the team permanently at around the second half of book 3.
Okay.
So the fact that she was not even mentioned was a poor choice.
So what does a Sith do for fun?
I think
That's not yours to know.
I think
I didn't mean any offense.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live-action film, is a great representation of the difference between like why some instances work better in animation.
Well, and like, here's the thing. I think that if they had devoted the time, the money, and the resources to making it a series and not a movie, I think it would have been a lot better, because they needed the one thing a movie didn't give them: time.
Yeah.
They needed time to flesh out these things, to show these characters. You know?
Yeah. Wait 1 sec. He deserves what he gets. He's good by me. I promise. I mean, help him out.
I'd be happy to lend a hand if you need it.
Next time we go to Nar Shaddaa,
it's nothing
we'll do
I
that.
need to drag you into.
I'll do Andreino's
I'll try not
thing.
to be long, huh?
I want to see Ari wins by himself.
So what happened with your friend Carl?
Oh, he went by himself.
Yeah, he went by himself.
Yeah, thanks for asking. Carl's same as ever. Never got a hand he didn't want to play. His debts weren't anything a few well-placed blaster shots couldn't settle.
But yeah.
Wish I could have helped.
You're a pal, but it would have been a waste of your time. Thanks for letting me
See,
bail.
other movies that had that same kind of effect for me. Let me think.
I do have one, and some people might not like my answer, but I have an explanation as to why. Okay. Blue People Avatar.
That one. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I acknowledge that it's a fantastic movie. I understand why it is so beloved.
Yeah.
That said,
Sometimes you just don't
I don't get
out of
it.
bed without a couple of adrenal.
It is a beautiful
stiff
film
drink.
if you look at it from
And there's
a
times that are just
style
all right.
choice and animation choice
Yeah.
and how they did everything. It
And
is
it-
a beautiful
And
film,
it's a really
but the
good storytelling
story,
element too.
yeah, it's great storytelling elements, but it is a shit story. I'm sorry, but we have to like paint the picture like this. It's
I don't know if I would go so far as to call it a shit story.
in comparison
but
to
it
what
definitely
could have
wasn't
happened.
good enough to keep. But it wasn't good enough for me to be invested. Like, there's a reason that I didn't even consider watching the sequel.
Yeah, I didn't consider watching the sequel because it's been 10 fucking years, man.
Yeah, fair point.
Like, yes, Puss in Boots has, like, it wasn't even 10 years for the Puss in Boots. It was like 8 years, and that's just...
Honestly, I want to see Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, if only for the curiosity factor.
I've heard so many good things about it. I've seen clips of the villain, and oh, it's a beautiful
Puss in
film.
Boots is a good character, and they've done a lot of good with him. But they also gave him a Netflix show.
They did?
Yeah. The Adventures of Puss in Boots or something like that. It's, like, it is a harmless series. It's very funny, but it also kind of disregards the movie in a lot of ways.
What's got
Like,
you in such a good
there's kind of no way for the movie and the show to both be canon.
Shooting practice in. Stretched my legs. Just a good feeling.
You know?
Yeah. But so if you take a look at the Avatar, the Blue People Avatar film, and you look at the story, one, I think a major issue is they named the material that they were trying to get unatanium. One, that's a stupid name. If it's unatanium...
Hang on a second. It was called Unatanium?
Yes!
I don't know. I kind of like it.
It was okay, so it's a stupid choice of a name, because supposedly it's supposed to be unattainable, and they call it unatanium. But what do? Well, they're not able to obtain it, but they got a piece of this rock, and it's just like, why call it unatanium? Why even name it that if the entire point is to go and get the material? Like, it's an attainable resource right there.
Maybe the implication is that it's unattainable on Earth.
Maybe, but it's still a stupid ass name for a mineral. And then
I mean, yeah, there's no denying that, but that's kind of what makes it funny.
And like the plot honestly is kind of forgivable. Like, a lot of people only remember the film because blue people have adult relation through hair braid. That is legit. Like, I talked to some people and they were like, are you talking about the movie where like the two blue people intertwined their hair braids, and then like that was equivalent to like humans reproducing? Yeah. That was weird.
Yeah, I was uncomfortable watching that.
Sith. I wasn't always the scoundrel you met on Tatooine. I used to run in the Republic military. Made captain before I wised up and deserted. Call it misspent youth.
Why are you telling me this now?
Carl sent me a message. I guess bailing him out got the Republic military's attention. Seems they've added treason to the charges of desertion and piracy. Guess they're not big on former officers traveling with a Sith. Anyway, if things get hot, I might need to hop off the radar for a while.
I don't need my best pilot getting thrown in a Republic jail.
Thanks. Good to know you got my back.
Okay, John, is that you good? Good? Everything? Why? You still have one more conversation? Jesus Christ, man.
Hey, I gotta run.
Is the Republic onto you?
Don't got time for questions. Someone from my Republic days has popped up. Someone I thought was dead. If I don't jump on this tip now, he might disappear again. I'll fill you in later.
Yeah?
Oh, he's going on a hit list. Hit mission. Okay.
Alright, I said I'd give you an explanation when I got back.
So,
here it is. We were chasing down a free trader on a tip in neutral space when
I'm doing my drum and cost stuff. Basically, what's happening on my end is Barris's next target is the Dark Council member Darth Vengeance, and Vengeance's apprentice, Lord Drawl, works for Barris. Vengeance figured it out, and now he's sending me in to go and rescue Drawl from being brutally mutilated.
Reich disappeared the same day. One of my old underworld contacts traced one of his safe houses, but Reich slipped away before I could get to him. I can understand not wanting to fight somebody else's war. I skipped out myself, but Reich owes me an explanation.
I can see why you would feel betrayed.
Look,
Adronicus, this is the last conversation I'm having with you.
Disappointing.
Okay, let's just go to drum and cause at this point, because I have to go and kill a political figure.
All right, well, you go ahead and do that, because my Nar Shaddaa mission is just going to be talk to person A, then talk to person B. Like, it's just talking.
Yeah.
So go on ahead without me. I'm still doing my drum and cost crap.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on... Like, I have to go kill Darth Thanaton on drum and cause.
Oh, well, wait for me before you go and do that, because I want to be present for that.
Yeah.
I won't be long. This is... Whoa!
Adronicos, do you want another conversation while we wait? Sure! Let's...
Something.
I need... Okay, chat. Everyone listening. Okay, my options are asking Adronicos how he's doing, ask for a pilot's report, or tell him a massage would be nice.
A massage would be nice. A massage would be nice. A massage would be nice.
That tells me you know exactly what's going to happen.
I actually have no idea what's going to happen, but it sounds amazing.
There's gotta be a Twi'lek you can pay to take care of that, huh? I'm not your slave.
He disapproved of that. He disapproved of that.
Yeah, he did. You can't deny it was funny.
Yeah, worth it. I'm not going to talk to Talos. God, no.
Let him rot.
Let him rot. I'm not fucking ever going to use him.
Just make sure your crew doesn't start asking what the smell is.
What smell?
Exactly.
I'll just tell Chem Val that Talos
Tell
is...
Chem Val ate something when they before they last time they docked.
Yeah. So I think with Avatar Blue People. God, I'm going to go back to that. Then we're going to go back to an issue I have with the shipping community in any fandom. First off, Avatar Blue People. Is it a good film? It's not bad. It's a decent film. It's a film that you would like to watch in your free time if you have nothing else to watch, in my opinion. But I think I just have kind of some gripes with the director, because the director at times comes off as a prick. Like, he feels like he's too full of himself. Like, you know how like you think some people should be humbled at times?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's him. He needs to be humbled, because I think he visualizes his work to be this great can do no wrong, or like this great has no flaw type of thing. Where like I get like being proud of your work, but I think at times in interviews he kind of comes off as he is a better director and writer than some people. I think term-wise, Avatar is still better than the greatest cinematic movie of all time, Morbius. Morbius is the greatest film ever created, especially when Morbius went into a group of guys and said it's Morbin time and morbed all over them.
Did he actually say that, or are you making shit up?
I'm making shit up. But if you want an actual
Okay.
line from the film that will make you equally groan, there is a one of the lines he says, and I'm going to quote this. Don't like you wouldn't like me if I'm hungry. So like Bruce Banner saying, "If don't make me angry, you wouldn't like me if I'm angry."
I immediately get the reference.
Yeah, and it was the dumbest line in my opinion because it's like, I get it. Like when you're hungry, you go vampire mode.
It's like, yeah, it's like he says you wouldn't like me when I'm hungry, and my immediate response to that, literally, is just, what? Do you need a Stickers?
Yeah. Also, oh god, okay, Matt Smith, who was the 11th Doctor. He's fun. He's goofy. Like he's a fun-loving guy. Like he's very goofy, and it's great. He was the villain in Morbius.
God, wow.
I cannot see him as a villain. I'm sorry. He's just too energetic to be a villain. If you want him to be a villain, you can make him the Riddler. Or make him, honestly, I could see Matt Smith as the Riddler. That would be fucking awesome to see.
I mean, if you've played the Doctor, you kind of already more or less understand a bit of the Riddler.
Yeah. So I think it's like, I don't know. I'm going to move on to the shipping community in a lot of fandoms. Yeah. I hate I hate the shipping community in any fandom for the most part. Because they always go like too far. Like I've talked about it before, and I remember I used My Hero Academia as an example. And there's also using Naruto
Kachan and
Midoriya.
Fucking Midoriya, thank you.
Deku and Kachan, yeah. It annoys me when a author comes out and says, listen, these two characters are friends, or these two characters see each other as brothers in some way. Or, like, basically making it, like, clear, like...
Basically saying, no, they're not gonna fuck.
Yeah, basically, and, like, the fandom gets all, like, pissed off and be like, no, they're in love and you just don't see it, type of thing.
He made them. You have no right to say he doesn't see it.
Yeah, no, and I think another one is, like, I do find the jokes hilarious for Naruto and Sasuke. I find those like the joke of them actually.
As much as I hate Naruto Sasuke as a ship, the jokes are golden.
It's one of those funny ones because it's not even like serious. It's just like. I
mean, like for fuck's sake, the show makes those jokes.
Yeah, like it's one where it's like the fandom does take it too far because it's like all of the hardcore Sakura fans. Like, whenever you say that Sakura is annoying and a very unlikable character, before the tuning exams, you clarify, before tuning exams, they will attack you, and, like, relentlessly, because you just insulted their queen.
Yeah, and, like, here's the thing. I'm a Sakura fan. I'm a big Sakura fan. I think she is one of, if not the, most fleshed out characters in the Naruto series. But let me tell you, when she was introduced, I fucking hated her.
Yeah, no, it's like, and like I feel like I used to be on the Sakura train, but then like as I got older, I kind of figured out what my type is. And Hinata is more of my type than Sakura.
See, believe it or not, I was actually more or less the opposite. I didn't really ship myself with anyone from the Naruto series because I didn't know Hinata that well, and the only other female characters I had seen were either Ino, which, no thank you, or Tsunade, which Rule 34'd herself before Rule 34 had the chance.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, whenever I say, like my type, I mean more or less of the type of character that I will tend to like more. And it used to be like, I used to like Sakura because, you know, Naruto liked her. She was supposed to be his love interest. He's like, oh, I want to be with Sakura. I'll make her fall in love with me, type of thing. And it's like you're rooting for Naruto right there. But then, like, when you get introduced to Hinata, and it's like a girl who genuinely cares about Naruto and who feels like she's in the shadow of a lot of other characters. She doesn't have a lot of self-confidence, but is like a very talented and good person who cares for Naruto even though everyone else hated him.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's never forget that Naruto's first and strongest supporter was Iruka.
Yeah, well, I mean, like besides the
yeah. I know what you're. I do know what you're saying. I like to make that specification because while yes, Hinata is one of his longest supporters, even if he didn't know it.
Yeah,
Iruka still deserves the title of first and best.
Yeah, because like Naruto, he did have some friends, but he lost those friends when parents were like, "Oh, don't." No, he has a demon inside of him, type of thing. Like Naruto is a character that I think one thing that a lot of shows don't really do is they don't give a broken main character anymore. They don't give a main character that you can fully relate to, because at this point, whenever you look at animes and cartoons, the main character is almost always perfect at this point. Where like the main character might be clumsy.
I think they're worried that it's a tired out trope, and to be fair, it kind of is. But at the same time, it is for a reason.
Yeah, and it's like I want characters that I can relate to, that I can grow with, that isn't Mr. or Miss Perfect, that has these flaws.
That's why RPGs are so damn fun, because there's always that one party member that you can relate with.
Yeah, and it's like isekais. Okay, people have gripes about isekais, and I agree with those gripes a lot. Because if you've seen one isekai, you've basically seen all the isekais.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, one guy I know, he's like, basically every isekai is a copy-paste of Konosuba. I like to disagree. It's not a copy and paste of Konosuba.
They definitely take the source material, though.
Yeah. Or, kind of. But I'm going to wait for you at Darth Barris. So,
yeah, you go... Well, yeah, you get in front of your kill Thanaton door, and I'll catch up with you ASAP.
Oh, well, the doors are kind of right next to each other.
All right, well, either way, like, I'm on my way up right now. I'm on the turbo lift.
Yeah. Konosuba is one of those... I think Konosuba did popularize isekais a lot more. But,
yeah, it's probably the reason that isekais became as popular as they were.
Yeah. But it got even better with shows like Rise of Sword Hero, and that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Because those shows, because those shows are isekais. It might be reincarnation isekais, but the entire concept of an isekai is...
Speaking of which, you want a damn good isekai series? Wise Man's Grandson.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
That is one of my favorite isekais out there.
Yeah.
All right, let's be quiet.
After death, I knew you'd be here eventually. A lesser Sith would run and hide under a sand dune, but it's obvious you're not a lesser Sith.
Ignoring the glitched out cape.
Talk makes you impatient. You are young and proud. No doubt all you see is a withered old man waiting to be crushed and succeeded. Roland?
Yes, Master.
The apprentice of a disobedient Sith must die. Let us do our solemn duty. This time, I will be sure to dispose of your corpse personally.
I've learned a few tricks since we last met.
Kill Roland! But yeah, no, there's a lot of great isekais, there's a lot of great stories, and but I think like there's a misconception of really every isekai is just a copy-paste of Konosuba. Where there's a lot more that have their own individuality. Konosuba may have...
I would love to see someone get into a sci-fi environment.
He's a treacherous snake.
Cut out his
There's a manga I've been reading that basically is that's an isekai in a sci-fi environment, and I'll
I warned you it was not for the
if I see it get an anime, I'll let you know. I just don't fully remember the name as of right now.
Oh yeah. By the way, you're only supposed to absorb a single ghost at any time. Did you know that about this ghost sucking ritual?
Nope. I did not know about that, but what I do know is, I'm going to win.
Ow.
We're going to do what Alucard did in,
What just happened? Where's Thanaton?
You're dying, little snake. Don't struggle. It'll only prolong the agony.
One thing I forgot to mention about the Force binding. You should never, ever bind more than one ghost at a time. Or else, well, you'll see.
I command you to leave.
We thought you might say that, but we'd rather not.
We had no choice but to serve you before, but now we can finally have some fun.
God damn it. Okay, let's see what we got.
Oh, hang on. I think this is about to get interesting.
Sith. Back in the land of the living. Easy now.
Hey, Andronicus.
Chapter 3, which is what we're about to get started on, is where this story really kicks up.
The little chats you've been having in your sleep. Let me guess, the ghosts?
They won't be quiet. How did you know?
I know a thing or two about voices invading one's thoughts.
Whatever the cause, you look dire. And Thanaton will take advantage unless we find a cure quickly.
Give me some time to do some research. Ashara, I'll need your help. Holocrons are impossible these days.
Yeah, that'll happen when you absorb the body of a Dashad.
Okay, so.
Alright, what's your thing telling you to do now? Go back to your ship?
Yeah, go back to my ship's holocron. Or intercom.
Alright, well, I've got to report to Barris, so you can either join me for that or just head back to your ship.
I'm
it's up
going
to
to
you.
join you for that, just to see what happens.
Alright. Well, we killed Darth Vengean, and Lord Drog has been returned. Is either with Barris right now as I'm saying this, or has already been dispatched to his next assignment to blank. Oh, why am I trying not to spoil it? He and Barris are plotting to double-cross me right this moment.
Ah, sounds great. A double crossing.
Yep, they're gonna bury me alive.
Look upon me, apprentice. You have never seen me so pleased.
I can't even see your face.
I can't tell because of the mask.
One last time, the humble trappings of yesterday. With our dismantling of Darth Vengeance complete, I assume his seat on the Dark Council and return to Korriban.
It was my efforts that accomplished this.
The seeds were sown long before your arrival, but I do acknowledge your essential role in the endgame. We ascend together, apprentice. Only our combined strengths can propel us to the height of power. Ah, the third side of this triumvirate arrives. Lord Drog, welcome home.
It's been a long time, Master. I'm ready to join the front line.
Together, we will be an unbeatable force.
Yes, all the pieces are in place now. Now that I'm on the Dark Council, we are perfectly positioned to bring the Republic to its knees, to shape the galaxy as we wish. Go and enjoy this victory, my apprentices, but be ready for my call. I will not sit idle long.
And with that, I have completed the Sith Warrior Chapter 2.
Nice.
And once you get up onto your ship and deal with the holo terminal, or the intercom, you will have done the same.
Yep.
So I'm going to go back to my ship.
Yep.
I'll let you go back to yours, and once you're done with your cutscene, you let me know. And then we'll finish up for the night.
We'll finish up with the game, but we can still talk for a bit longer, because I think we had, like...
Well,
Oh,
Yeah, I
unless you
can
guys
keep
like
going
to.
for another half hour or so.
Yeah. Because I think, like, we've had, like, good bits of conversations, like, topics, interesting
Oh
topics.
yeah, no, I enjoy our talks. I enjoy our talks.
Because, let's see. Try to remember everything, like, what we've talked about. See if there's, like, any parts in, like, the conversations that we could go deeper into. Because I know,
I do not want. I could go deeper into the Frozen 3 relationship argument. I could go much deeper into that, but at that point, it would look like I am just outright attacking the Pride fandom, and that's not what I'm wanting to do.
yeah, no, it's... Okay, so I might take the heat for this one. I'm okay with, like, the LGBT community and getting the representation that they believe they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
What I
Yeah.
dislike is how a lot of shows are kind of pushing the thoughts and and feeling like the need, because I feel like companies aren't really being genuine a lot of the time when they introduce gay, trans, whatever characters. I don't feel like companies are being genuine about it, because I've seen a couple.
Yeah, it's clear that they're doing it because they have to, not because they want to.
Yeah, because I think if you make an entire personality like that they're gay or trans, you devalue what it means for the individuals. Yes, you can. Yes, people will say, "Oh, I have someone I can relate to in this show." Fine, great, but I don't think. I think.
But that's not a character; it's a person. But that person is not a character. They're just a They're just a personality with legs.
Yeah, where I feel like, and this is how I am. I don't like the idea of just because you have a person of color in the show, that means a group of people have now have representation. I think that's not the right way to go about it. I think the best way to feel represented in a show should be less of the physical body and more of the who someone is on the inside. Like, what do they like? What are their hobbies? I think that type of representation is better, and it can actually cause less issues in a lot of films.
Yeah, because like you want to talk about a show that did that really well. Captain America and the Winter fucking that Captain America miniseries that focused on Falcon becoming Captain America.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Thank you. Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's what I was looking for.
I've seen like bits and pieces of it. I haven't seen it all, so this will be a hot
I have
take.
seen the whole show, and I can assure you that it does it handles the topic really well. Like it makes it a factor, but not the main issue.
Yeah, race is a driving point of the underlying issues in society, not the main issue. It's because the Falcon and Bucky were yelling in front of a house. The police came up thinking that the Falcon was the one causing the issue. When he's like, "Oh, you are telling me to calm down because you think I'm the problem because of my skin color." I think that is a powerful thing right there, where I think we need to understand that we should, and I've seen this point be taken and hated on a lot, but Martin Luther King said, when he had "I Have a Dream" speech, he said he doesn't want people to be judged of the color of their skin, but the contents of their character. And a lot of people who say they love Martin Luther King and what he talks about. A lot of people stepped away from that idea. It's now become, I will judge you based on your color, not the content of your character, because we turn a blind eye on a lot of issues when the person is just a shit human being because of the color of their skin, and it can go either way. I feel like if you look at like the superficial, and I believe race is a highly superficial thing, where it's the skin pigmentation scientifically was legit a evolutionary trait based on where you live. If you live in colder climates, your skin will be lighter because your skin doesn't have to protect as much against the UV rays of the sun. And a lot of people tend to forget that point. We're still all human underneath our skin. We're all the same being. We all have not the same biological makeup. Like, we all are all humans, but we have our own individual traits. And we all come from like the same like species. And it's like,
yeah, and like, here, let me just go ahead and say something flat out right that that happened that kind of shaped me when I was living in Texas.
Yep.
Not the time period where I had met and come to know you, Crux, but
before that.
But like back in my grade school days. If I absolutely had to choose to be on the side of people whose skins are colored white or black, I'm sorry for saying it like this, but I kind of have to get the point across. I would side with the blacks without a single moment of hesitation. Because, fun fact about middle school, especially in Texas, but also quite a bit everywhere else, little boys are assholes and do not deserve any respect. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel.
Yeah, kids are pieces of shit all the time. But parents are worse.
But let me finish this.
Yeah.
But I only ever got mistreated by the white boys.
Yeah, that's a cultural thing, honestly. It's a cultural thing of white kids, and I'm going to say this: millennials, Gen Zs, boomers. Don't coddle your kids. Don't spoil them. Teach your kids respect. That's one of the first things. And if your kid isn't showing any form of respect, but your kid's saying that they did nothing wrong, don't outright believe them, parents. Like, my thing is, who started the fight? Who ended the fight? Did the person in the fight do the right thing? If so, I'm taking the side of the person who ended the fight.
Yeah.
Like, I went to growing up, I went to a private Catholic school. It was primarily white. There were some Hispanics, some blacks, and some Asians, but it was primarily white because that's just... in the area I lived, it wasn't really a minority-filled area. And I wish I was able to meet more minority groups and have a better understanding of the lives they go through. So I have a hard time, I'd have a hard time making friends with minority groups just because I don't know how to relate to them. And it's easier to make friends with people you relate to. And that's why I'm like, it's not based on skin color, it's just I don't know what they like and if what they like is something I like.
It's a character thing, not an appearance thing.
Yeah, because I want to say that I'm colorblind in terms of I don't want to see race.
Yeah.
And I remember a time where being colorblind like that, not seeing race, was more accepting than saying you do see race. But nowadays, that entire thing has flipped, and that's kind of an issue in my experience, because now that you're saying that you only see race, because you can acknowledge a person's struggles and what they've been through and what their ancestors have been through, and still not see race.
Yeah, believe it or not, I think seeing race is important.
It is, but you shouldn't make that the forefront, is what I'm trying to say.
But the problem isn't that people are seeing race. The problem is how people are seeing race.
Yeah, because I think one thing I've seen is
the only thing that you should see race as is literally nothing more than a physical and sometimes cultural difference between you and them.
Yeah.
Not in a negative way and not even in a positive way. Just an acknowledgement.
Yeah. And here's a thought. If you want to learn more about someone's race and you ask, and someone that is not that race tells you that you're being offensive because you're trying to understand another culture, that person is in the wrong.
Yeah, they are absolutely wrong because they have no right to talk.
Yeah, because I'm going to say this. in terms of clothing, I actually prefer Japanese clothing over a lot of other over like Americanized clothing. But I can't wear a lot of Japanese outfits because if I do, it'll be called cultural appropriation. Even though I'm like, dude, it looks way comfier than a lot of the crap that we wear in America.
Also cooler.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the traditional Japanese outfits. Like they
Yeah.
look a lot more comfy, and it's just like
hakamas, kimonos, that kind of stuff.
yeah, and it's like I feel like as long as you can wear them with respect, you're good. And if you're doing it, but like if you're going out and being like, "Look at me, I'm Japanese," then that's offensive right there, man. That's a no.
That person should get a beer bottle on the back of their head.
I wouldn't say physical harm. I'd say probably sit them down and have a stern talking to. Because I do believe that in some instances, causing physical harm and violence is never a way to help teach someone what they're doing is wrong. Unless what they did is extremely bad.
Yeah, but the problem is there are plenty of people who are too stubborn to learn the correct way.
Yeah.
Like, I do agree with you, but I also acknowledge that too few people actually will learn anything from that.
Yeah. But we also have to look, like, the physical altercations of it can cause more issues in the long run. Like, can it get you the point across that they're being assholes? Yes. But will it help your case? Not always. And that's what it is. It's just...
Yeah.
Like,
it should never be your first or even fifth option.
But it is an option that you may have to take if it gets to that point. But yeah, so it's like...
Alright, let's pick a different subject. This is depressing.
It is! Why does the human race have to be depressing? But no, I think, in terms of representation, I think representation is great. But I feel like how media companies go about it is why I'm not a strong fan of it. It's just because of how media companies handle it at times. Where if it came to be natural, like Destiny 2, I'm going to use this as an example. In Destiny 2, there are two characters, Saint 14 and Osiris. Two guys, right? One guy's a human, the other guy's a robot. They are gay lovers. It's canonical that they are gay lovers. And I'm like, honestly, I didn't know that until, well, I've known it for like a while, but whenever I found out about it, I was like, oh, cool. Like, I had no issue with it because they didn't make a glaring point in any story. It was always subtle hints, and if you read the lore on weapons and armor pieces, you learn that Saint and Osiris are lovers. And that's just like, cool. It wasn't a glaring thing where they tried to force it down your throat. And I feel like a lot of shows are trying to force it down people's throats to say, accept this, instead of the more subtle, like slow interactions of like, there's nothing wrong with this. Like, it's two people happy to spend time with each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's just kind of like if I hear a film and they're like, oh, no, The Owl House. Great.
Okay.
Great show.
About that kiss scene that was introduced into the show.
Honestly, I don't even care for the kiss scene. Here's where I was going to say. Whenever I heard that Owl House and I heard the concept, I was like, oh man, that sounds interesting. Then I heard the fandom say that the only reason why it was a good show because gay.
Okay, those people.
Yeah, and those
people.
Yeah, for a while, because every time I'd ask, why is it a good, what makes it a good show? They wouldn't give me the reason besides, ooh, gay. I'm like, but that's not answering my question.
Yeah, that's not a reason.
Yeah, it's like, it's great. Like, cool. Lesbian main characters or bisexual main character.
If you were to change your answer to it introduced gay elements into the show, that's a different conversation.
Yeah, like if you say, oh, it's a great show because it uses this type of magic system. It has these interesting characters, and it has this dynamic romance that we haven't seen in a kids show before. Then I'd be like,
you
great.
Can say you're gay, but you can say it in a way that makes it a reason.
Yeah, because Frowsy sat me down when she was visiting, and she's like, we're watching The Owl House. And I'm like, okay, let's watch The Owl House. I was like, yeah, it's a good show. It's a good show. And I wish someone actually gave me the reasons, because then I would have started looking to watch it sooner. But how the internet is...
around watching it, and...
Amphibia is great also.
Okay.
Amphibia, The Owl House...
Hang on. I have a story about Amphibia that I want to share.
Okay, share it.
I fully expect you to laugh at me for this. I was at Disney World Kidani Village Resort.
Okay.
It was early in the morning. I was all set and ready. I was waiting on the rest of my family to get dressed and prepped to go to the parks.
All right.
As I was waiting, I was just idly watching one of the Disney channels. And Amphibia happened to be on there. I don't remember what season it was on, but it's probably one of the latter seasons.
Was it in the human world or frog world?
Frog world still.
Okay,
but
season 1 still probably.
It had this big, deep voiced frog bad guy character.
Okay.
Anyway, there was this like emotional conflict with one of the girls that got isekai'd there, being the reason that they haven't been able to return back yet, or the reason that they got there in the first place.
Oh yeah,
and she never told them.
Okay, yeah, I know the scene you're talking about.
Yeah. Then she, quote unquote, dies, but like even in the moment, I knew, all right, so she's just gonna come back later. Good to know.
Yeah.
And then Anne or whatever her name is goes fucking Super Saiyan.
Yep.
And I'm laughing my head off. I shove a pillow onto my face because I'm in a hotel room and the walls are not thick and I don't want to wake up my neighbors. But I'm laughing so hard because I'm like, what? Super Saiyan? Really?
It honestly was like, because I got through like halfway through season 2.
Like,
because when I was watching
if I knew more about the show and if I had been invested in the series, I probably would have treated that scene with a bit more dignity than that. But I couldn't. It was all I saw was a cartoon ripping off Dragon Ball Z, and that's just amusing.
I say when you have time, like sit down and just watch Amphibia. It's a good story. It's great.
Make no mistake, Amphibia and Owl House. I want to watch both of those. They both seem interesting.
Yeah, and it's like they're like a breath of fresh air in a time of. Because, okay, I'm going to paint the picture like this. You know how growing up, we enjoyed SpongeBob and our parents thought that SpongeBob was stupid?
Ignoring the fact that he literally is, but continue.
No, I meant like the show. Like, it was an annoying show.
Yeah.
For a lot of parents. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of shows coming out nowadays is basically SpongeBob for us. Like, we're now adults, so a lot of shows that kids are watching, that feels like they're the annoying shows, and we want kids to watch shows that we used to grow up with. Even though, if we take an objective look, it's this. They're kind of doing the same stuff. It's just we got older and more mature.
I mentioned this some time ago, but I've always been of the opinion that TV shows are getting dumber and dumber and worse, and the shows like Teen Titans Go definitely don't do well to argue my point. But
there are some gems in the show. I'm not gonna lie.
I won't pretend that that a terrible show can't have its moments. Like, for fuck's sake, I'm not going to get into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Next Mutation rant, but it's there. Anyways, the point is, I have made it a public opinion to anybody that's talked to me about the subject of Power Rangers how much I hate Beast Morphers using the Morphing Grid as a AA battery. And because of that, I haven't even... And also, I also wasn't a fan of Dino Charge when I first started watching it, so I dropped off it really quickly, and I never bothered to watch Ninja Steel or Dino Fury for the longest time. But then I was legitimately that bored one day, and I decided, all right, you know what? I got some brain cells that could stand to die. I'll watch fucking Dino Fury. I don't understand what. Ooh. So yeah, it's like all of a sudden I'm watching this new Power Rangers show, the newest one they got right now, and I'm loving it. I'm laughing my head off at some of the stupid jokes they're making. I'm rocking out with the theme song. I'm loving the suits. I'm intrigued by the Zords. Like, I feel like I almost felt like I was watching Wild Force for the first time again.
Yeah.
And then when I finally finished Dino Fury, I went back one generation to Ninja Steel, and oh my god, it's even better.
Yeah, I feel like with Power Rangers, I think Power Rangers is it's like a roller coaster, right?
Yeah, Power Rangers is a roller coaster. There is no denying.
Like there's some like the high ones, like the high loops on the roller coaster are the good ones. Then like where you're down low, it's the bad ones. But
yeah, you got the highs of Dino Thunder and Mystic Force, and you got the lows of RPM.
RPM wasn't that bad.
Let me summarize the entire roster of Power Rangers for RPM, okay?
Okay.
Red Ranger, hot-headed leader. Blue Ranger, and I'm gonna quote the character himself here. I'm Scottish.
What type of RPM?
Yellow Ranger.
Oh wait,
the only girl.
I'm thinking of. I was thinking of fucking crap. What's it called? The police force one.
SPD.
Yeah, I was thinking of SPD when you said. Oh god. Yeah, no. RPM definitely is a low.
SPD. It is super cool.
Yeah, no. My brain was thinking of SPD, not.
No. Focusing on RPM.
Yeah.
So we got the red, the blue, the Yellow Ranger. She is the girl. That is the joke. Black Ranger.
I would make an offensive
emo cyborg.
Emo cyborg. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not making shit up. That's what he is. He is an emo cyborg.
Who are you? I'm Scottish!
I'm not kidding. Okay, dude, I shit you not. That is basically an actual exchange
from
the show.
I know. I've seen that clip before, and I laugh every time I see it. It's like, oh, what ranger are you?
It's the best comeback. I mentioned that every bad show has at least a few gems. That is RPM's gem.
Yeah, I think like a gem if you can quote it a lot afterwards.
Yeah. So the Gold and Silver Rangers, they are twin trigger-happy terrorists.
So me.
And finally, last and most assuredly least, the Green Ranger. He cannot fight. His getting the Morpher was a complete fucking accident. He cannot fight in civilian form. He can barely fight in Ranger form. And did I mention that he never shuts the fuck up?
Yeah. I feel like... Does he ever get better? That's my question, because I don't...
No.
Okay, you see, here's what you do with those characters, right? You take their flaws...
Also, really quickly, spoiler alert, none of them get better, ever.
Yeah, no, if you have a roster of characters like that, you need to have the show be a progression of each one getting better and overcoming their,
Yeah, the only character that gets any sort of personal development is Dr. K, the lady who was kidnapped by a government agency.
Yeah.
as a young child and basically forced into labor to invent things for the U.S.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Single-handedly responsible for the virus that caused the near extermination of human life on Earth.
That's a topic for another day, and when I get more information, we may have that topic.
Dude, if you really must watch Power Rangers RPM, I will link you the playlist.
Oh, no, I meant with the government manufacturing something, because, there's an egg shortage going on in Spain because of an avian flu.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And supposedly the avian flu has made a jump to mammals in Spain, where a bunch of, some minxes got it, and, minx farms are for the fur. So one minx got contracted the avian flu, and they had to kill the entire farm of 2,000 minks out of fear of the avian flu. Because if that thing does does really jump to mammals, and it may become the next One Direction World Tour.
I thought it was Backstreet Boys.
No, Backstreet Boys was the one we're now getting out of. Or maybe it's Nickelback, Second Coming. I don't know.
Okay, when we get off camera, you're going to need to go into more detail about this, because I'm confused.
Okay. Basically, there's a chance we're going to get a second...
Back to RPM.
Yeah.
Dr. K is the only one that gets any kind of development, and she goes from having a personality resembling C-3PO to a personality resembling Data from Star Trek.
I'm going to pretend I understand Data from Star Trek, because I never could get into the Star Trek
fandom.
fandom.
That tries to learn and emulate emotions.
Okay, so a sociopath. Gotcha.
Well, no, actually.
Oh, okay.
And his results are awkward, to say the least. I won't go so far as to say uncomfortable, as he never really crosses that border, but it's awkward.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's just RPM is the lowest point in the series, but at the same time, it's also, groundbreakingly dark.
Oh, yeah, I think that was one thing, because it was...
that is RPM's greatest defender, is that it is disturbingly dark for a kid's superhero TV show.
I mean, I think it was Power Rangers Xeno? No, not Xeno. Yeah, Xeno.
Zeo?
Yeah, Zeo. Where the Pink Ranger dies.
No.
Which one was that one?
You're thinking of Lost Galaxy.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Psycho Rangers kill the original Pink Ranger Kendrix, and Corone, the antagonist of the prior series, takes her place.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. At the end of the show, Kendrix inexplicably comes back to life.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know the reason why they quote-unquote killed her off, right?
Why? Because
she was diagnosed with cancer.
Oh.
So, because she was diagnosed with cancer, she was going into treatment. She had her character killed off. And the reason why they brought her back at the end was kind of say, hey, look, she's not dead. Like that was her coming back and being like, I beat this.
Oh, well, that's actually cool and makes emotions. But that's a me thing, not a people in general thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's awesome. That is awesome. Oh god, if we're gonna do a podcast idea, we would either have to we'd have to either avoid the subject of Power Rangers or start with it, because man, I could go for days on end talking about them.
Yeah. I mean, there could be a couple where we talk about Power Rangers, but it would be more of a kind of hey, look, here's some movies that we've seen. Let's talk about that film type
Yeah.
of thing. Or like,
Yeah,
here's
no.
a
Well, I
TV
mean, like, it
show.
can be about more than just movies. The podcast can literally be about whatever the butt fuck we want it
Oh
to
yeah,
be.
no, I was saying movies because I think movies open like the better gateway into a lot of topics that can be difficult to talk about. Because I think if we do a podcast, it would definitely be a podcast where we talk about the issues that we have, the struggles we go through, movies that we can relate to those struggles, and how like we are dealing with those struggles or how we're getting better or
Oh, by the way, to future viewers who are watching this on YouTube, in case you're wondering, we're done playing the game for the night. So if you're waiting to see if something's going to happen before going on to your next top 10 whatever video, don't bother. Go on ahead.
yeah, no, like we've been like I haven't even talked to use my ship's intercom yet, just because we're interesting conversation. The ship's intercom really only like goes into chapter 3, so I'm saving that till next week.
All right, but yeah. Anyways, actually, we're getting to about the point where I have to go anyways. So
yeah, okay.
I want to close off with no more of this podcasty stuff, but
yeah.
But I want to pitch an idea to you and viewers, whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, whatever. I don't care. Throw in your notes here. On my birthday, March 6th, I'm going to be getting, hopefully, a capture device for my systems. And that's going to open doors for a lot of Let's Plays that I'm going to start recording.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I have talked about this on at least a few occasions.
Okay.
Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth and Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. We have talked about doing a jointed Let's Play where one of us will play the first game and the other will play the second game.
Yeah.
Are you still interested in going through with that idea? Because if it is, then just because of the lengths of those games, I want us to start working on that as quickly as possible.
You see, Digimon, it's difficult for me because sometimes I'm into Digimon and other times Digimon is one game, is a franchise that I haven't ever been able to really keep my attention span to. So
yeah, fair enough.
So like playing the game, I will probably get bored of it very easily.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I think with the two of us like bouncing off each other in terms of just conversation and stuff, I think that might help you stay in the loop.
Yeah.
And like for the dialogue, we'll be doing voices over the Japanese dialogue because let's be honest.
And well, because it's also being we're not live streaming it, it'd be like a recording, right?
Yeah, we'll have a bit more, I don't know, looseness to ourselves.
Yeah, so I think here's something you can think about, and it's more or less of if the style, because I think one of the more important things is trying to find the style that works for you. Where if you want to do a full playthrough and do all the dialogue, cool. But then there's also styles where we don't always do voices. It's just more or less of when we record and we go through the dialogue, we just make jokes about what characters are saying.
Well, I'm going to be one of those channels that likes to put attention to the stories of the games that I'm playing if it's there to be had.
Yeah.
Because I'll fully admit that while it's one of my favorite games of all time, Pokemon Fire Red's story is really only there on paper.
Yeah.
So, like, it's just a thing, you know? Like, I am going to I'm going to do voices and dialogue any for any scenes that, like, you know, are relevant to the plot. If I'm doing like a side quest or something, then I'm not going to bother with it there.
Yeah.
Because side quests are, by their very definition, optional.
Yeah. It's... How many side quests are there? Because I thought like a lot of this...
In the Cyber Sleuth games, oh, too many. Too many, frankly.
Yeah, I thought a lot of those like side quests were like you had to do those in order to actually progress through the main storyline.
You don't get it. Well, there are some mandatory side quests, but they're not relevant to the main story. They're basically storylines B, C, D, and E.
Yeah.
Like, they're cool, but they're essentially one-offs.
Oh, okay.
Now, and like I said, for these side quests, we're not gonna do voices. Even these ones that need to be done to progress the storyline, we're not gonna do them.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do their voices, at least. And, like... But, like, another reason that I really want us to do these Let's Plays and, like, these recordings is just so that way it's easier to have, like, footage for video game reviews, which is another thing that I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
Because, and also, if possible, I'm even going to try and do some, like, movie and TV show reviews if I can manage it.
Those are always fun.
Yeah, because it's like... Video games, I could talk about them forever. I love them. But I have a pretty limited library in the grand scheme of things if you compare me to other YouTubers.
Yeah, a lot of YouTubers just made it their mission to play every game.
And like, hey, who knows? If I can get the ball rolling enough and get some income from this, maybe I'll expand my inventory. Maybe I'll get some older consoles and games to go with them and experiment. Who knows? Yeah. Who fucking knows? I recently became a Kirby fan thanks to the SNES thing on the Switch.
Yep. We also have a lot of the older Pokemon games coming onto the Switch.
That makes me super happy, and that honestly gives me reason to act for the first time ever buy the expansion on the Nintendo Online service.
Yep. So
because they have finally given me something that makes it worth it. Also, Nintendo, this is something that I will not judge you for not doing, but you know those semi-crappy beat-em-ups on the GBA for the Power Rangers? I'm a big fan of those. I'm a sucker for them. I really like them. I have hundreds of hours on them, and it's just giving you that information.
Yeah, it's a because I think they're bringing this.
For the love of God, don't remake them.
I think they're bringing Stadium 1 and 2.
I think they already have. Because there would be no reason to hold them off by the time that this Game Boy stuff was announced.
Yeah. Like, but a lot of people are hoping, because one of the things from Stadium is that you could plug in your Game Boy game cartridge games.
Oh, you're hoping that we can like connect the Game Boy saves?
Yeah, that's not what I. No, I mean like because you know how like if you played Stadium, you could bring over like a Squirtle with like a hydro pump or something.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about transferring Pokemon from Red and Blue over to Stadium 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, like here's the thing: if you're thinking of like. I mean, maybe that's possible.
Because, like, that's what some people are trying to figure out. Because, because you have Pokemon Home.
I am not a programming expert, so I don't know. Maybe this is possible. Maybe it isn't.
Koga. If you still have your 3DS or 2DS or whatever.
My 3DS, yeah.
Okay. I suggest you download Pokemon Bank and the Pokemon Transfer.
The 3DS eShop is dead.
No, you can't add funds to it. I'm pretty sure you can still download. Like, you can download them still, I think. You just can't add any funds. Because whenever the eShop fully goes down, as long as you still have those programs saved or download onto your 2DS or 3DS, you'll be able to still transfer Pokemon between like Black and White and all the 3DS and DS games.
Okay.
That's just if like there's Pokemon from previous games that you would just.
And this is a free download?
I believe it's still a free download right now. It should be a free download. It's just until it goes down, you will have to pay for a subscription to do it, like to use the program. But once the eShop goes completely down, I think Nintendo said they were going to make it free.
That doesn't sound like something Nintendo would do.
They'll make this like you don't have to pay for the subscription to use Bank, basically.
You find the thing that where they outright said it, and I'll believe it.
Okay, I'll get that to you later tonight then.
Like, I don't normally need proof from you, as you're pretty good on your word. But when you're trying to tell me that Nintendo will start giving us something for free, well, I have to question that.
Yeah, here we go.
But yeah, it's just like, hey, if that does work, then that's amazing, and it's another reason for me to get the expansion, because then I can play Stadium 2 through that using Crystal.
Here's the article.
Alright, let's take a look-see.
So if you download Pokemon Bank before the end of March...
This coming March?
This coming March, because that's when the eShop goes offline. As long as you download Bank before that, you can use Bank for free.
Alright, I'll get on that tomorrow, I guess.
Yep. But you'll just have to wait until the end of March for it to actually be free.
Well, I mean, I've waited this long, I can wait another month.
Yep. So, for those that have a 3DS that love Pokemon and would like to be able to bring Pokemon from your Heart Gold, Soul Silver saves, from your Red, Blue, Green saves, from your older Pokemon games, and try to bring them all into the newer generation of games, be sure to download Pokemon Bank as well as the Pokemon Transfer program.
All right.
And make sure all your accounts are linked. But yeah, with that, we'll end it here, since we've had long discussions about different topics, right? Mainly surrounding films and movies and games.
And honestly, I really do think we should start up a podcast and just like assign topics. We kind of need a direction.
Yeah, and if we do go the podcast route, I think we should have a list of rules of topics that are always going to be off the table.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, we need to know the things we shouldn't talk about.
Yeah.
If you guys at home have any suggestions, like maybe you don't think this podcast idea is very good, let us know about that, and we'll consider not doing it, I guess.
I mean, technically everything is a podcast if people are if you have people having a conversation for an audience.
Yeah,
that's a podcast right there.
What I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You get what I'm saying in terms of format.
Yeah.
Like, if you are primarily here to see us play video games, then that's a valid reason.
Yeah.
But if you've started coming along to hear our incredibly asinine conversations, then hey, we can keep doing that.
Yep.
So yeah, let us know what you think about that. Let us know what you think about the potential for some Digimon Cyber Sleuth stuff from us. And yeah, that's all I got. What about you, Crooks?
I don't got anything else. I'm kind of tired and hungry.
Yeah, all right. Everybody, hope you enjoyed. Follow us on Twitch. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We'll catch you later, nerds.
We'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Central, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, with some Shadows of War tomorrow. If you guys have any topic ideas of what to talk about while we play the game, that will be very much appreciated. But until then, you guys have a great night. Have a great day. If you guys aren't able to make it watching on YouTube, you guys have a great week. Because we all
Later,
need
nerds.
it. Peace.